Oh dear goodness, I am live, and my phone probably just went off. My phone is right here. I'm just gonna double check. Yep, it just went off. I'm going to silence my phone, and everybody should silence their phone for this feature presentation. Alright. Now that that is done... Which way is best? Backwards or forwards? Alright, wow, we already got viewers. All 0 of you, despite 3 comments being in there. I don't know who to trust, the viewer or the Streamlabs. Anyway, I am just about to set up my go live features online so I can reply to your chats and stuff and keep up with changing the description for various time marks. Okay, things are looking good. We are going to be starting in a bit, actually. Oh, we're only at 1.5 minutes. Boy, I'm on track tonight. Okay, public. Just gonna double check that everything is in check. No, not for kids. Alrighty. We are just about to get started. Here we go. Look at all you showing up. Y'all the true fans. And... perfect. Welcome back, everybody. Dirk the Red Panda here with... Far Beyond the World. There it is. Almost couldn't find it there for a second. But we are getting into the second part of Chapter 7. Let me just put you all here on one pretty little screen. And get started soon, so... oh no, the spoiler alert. They're all gay! How could you? And during Pride Month. Oh goodness. This is gonna be fun, but... yeah, not much else that I have done to prepare for this other than watch, who is it? I think they may have seen some of my videos. I'm not sure if they still watch my stuff, but CookBoss88. Guess I'm gonna recommend their channel because they just did a bunch of roasts for all the Far Beyond the World characters, and that helped me warm up my material for roasting Far Beyond the World characters tonight. And I was so disappointed that they didn't mention one roast that I personally have. But I am not going to say it yet, so I don't spoil the fun. Oh, first time checking in. Welcome, Just a Big Arrow. Or arrow? Like aromatic? Aromantic, sorry. Aromatic. I identify as a scent. No, I kid, but I think it's as an aromantic, but yeah. Good for you. Tiger Pepsi, Ace was first. Oh my gosh, everybody's just bombarding the comments. There's so many people. Ah! Oh goodness. I watch him. He's entertaining. Oh, you know him personally. That's cool, Ace. He seems like a cool guy. Yeah, yeah, I hadn't really watched much of his videos until I saw one popping off about Far Beyond the World, and I was like, that's my content. I mean, that's the type of content I do. Anyway, more like Arrow, but sure. More or less. I'm gonna send this to him. Oh no. I'm gonna be outed! 5G is just corporate for big gay. The big gay is coming. It's all big gay. All the companies are just big gay and they're just finally coming out about it. Unfortunately, that is far from the truth. But let's pretend that that is true and that they all are big gay. But Oh, he is a giant football and very kind. Oh, that's so sweet to hear. This is the Cook Boss, what was it? The Cook Boss Praisal episode. And we got some Trist Husbando fans in this chat this time around. Got some Trist stands mentioning their liking for Trist after episode 7 it was. That was probably my last video I think I've done on like a bridge series, which I need to get more of those done for y'all. Like I just got so busy with school stuff and forgetting to like really suggest some of my older videos to my editor, so you know, now that I graduated, I probably can have some time and a little bit of spending money to help with that, so then I can help fundraise my VN and this channel, which I might need some new earbuds for, and maybe better lighting or a mic stand. I don't know. We'll figure this out as we go. I like winging this channel, as you can tell. Speaking of which, impromptu water drink. Hi, Dirk. And hi, Emerald. So I'm assuming y'all would want to kind of just hear what's gone on the past 2-ish weeks or whatever for me since I've been kind of away, other than the Wolfstar stream, which I don't think many of you watch, unfortunately, because it's 18 plus. But yeah, graduated, I can't believe it, over a week ago now. Like, graduated not this last Thursday, but the Thursday before, and moved back on the same day. Unbelievable. It was, luckily I was only in a studio, so not too much to pack, but still, a lot to moving and exercise. Since then, my exercise has kind of plateaued a little. Today I kind of took an easy rest, and my head's still kind of getting acclimated from my nap I took earlier. But I just went out, got dinner. My shirt idea, I finally got another. I'm not sure if he just does YouTube now. I think he also does Twitch, but there's somebody I knew that he was here in some of my previous chat boxes for videos, but Capture Reviews does various Nintendo classics, NCAA, Madden, I think, too. I'm not sure. But a lot of those, just various mainstream games. And so we're good friends, and he commissioned me for some shirts. And I just got started doing that today. So that took up a good amount of figuring out. And also, art for Ocean Avenue. 1 down, 2 more CGs to go for this particular update. And from there, whatever I can afford and hopefully get from you lovely patrons and donations. Oh, Gideon, please don't hit me with spoilers. Oh no, you want to watch Wolfstar Sins in Paradise. Oh, shoot it, Jason. At least it's in the archives, of course. All my streams are on my channel as... They're not uploads, but they're always saved in my playlists, or like, you know, recently made videos, or the Wolfstar playlist itself. So yeah, great stuff. Did some writing for that too, not today, but yesterday, and yeah, I'm about a quarter of the way done with one particular big scene, and I managed to write a bit ahead for it, so I could also get the second part of it. It's kind of a two-half type of scene, which it's gonna be very entertaining, trust me. And yeah, definitely a different pace and tone from Far Beyond the World. So while I play Far Beyond the World, I'm not going to be spamming Ocean Avenue as something like Far Beyond the World, because it's completely different. It's a slice of life. But I should probably get started with the video, shall we? We'll start at about 11 minutes. Give ourselves a little time to settle in. The reading will begin. And still, my D is broken. The D key, that is. My D key has been having issues for the past, like, week and a half now. D, I think X? V from time to time, C, just that whole area. And soon they're gonna, like, the Apple Store that is, will be shipping in the parts to help replace this part here and fix the sticky keys. Ah, shoot. Sorry to hear about the college life, man. I mean, don't spend anything more than you need to with your life and whatnot. So I totally get that from my end and how I had to really be reserved as a college student myself. Of course. Spoiler, Ranok is a wolf. I was wondering who would spoil it. I never knew that. Oh shoot, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. Holy crap, do I talk people's ears off. Here we go. So we are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Alright. Here we go. But above all, tonight we'll be together, even if just in my mind. Subscriber. Great timing, and oh my goodness, I have 2 screens going at once. I did not intend to do that. There, problem fixed. Thank you, Mew Mew, for subscribing and for reminding me I had another window open by accident. Welcome to the Dork Club. Anyway, let's continue. Dork's ASMR reading, yes. I wake up with a long, satisfying yawn, as if I had the best night's rest in my life. I dart my gaze to the floor, meeting with embarrassment the crumpled loincloth lying there. Degenerate. It's not like I haven't done anything like this before. In this life or your previous life? But it still feels slightly awkward. Usually I used to focus on some erotic fantasies, but here I'm simply hoping for one to come true. I mean, it's half his damn fault for edging me like this, but considering our conversation, come on, it doesn't feel right to fantasize about him. At least not while we don't know where we stand with each other. He is hot, though. I'll give him that. And he knows how to flaunt it. I pick up my improvised tissue and walk to the kitchen. I pick up my improvised tissue and walk into the kitchen. I hang back the cloak and get some water into the bowl. Very much aware their sense of smell would pick up on any irregularity, I wash myself thoroughly with the bar of soap. I definitely do not want to have that conversation. Please do not. Especially not after Verus's vivid description of their sex life. I also wash the loincloth of my shame, removing all evidence of my self-gratification. Evangelion style, just pulls out the loincloth in his hand. Thank you for making it more obvious. I slush the jizzed up water out the window and take a deep breath. At least one thing didn't change for me. The remorsefulness after a wank. The good old wanks. It's a very familiar sensation. So it's not the first time I feel like this. That's for sure. But perhaps now I'll be able to keep my head straight. Unlike my body. To my surprise, I am not visited in the morning, but I have enough nipples around to scrounge up a decent breakfast. Mindful of what I was told the other night, I stay inside, impatiently observing the doors and hope that someone would come to visit. But hours pass, and I'm still alone. Well, that was a great update, everybody. Never mind. My chin slides from its comfortable perch in the palm of my hand, and I'm stirred back up. I blink the bright light of the early afternoon and look around. Still, no visitors. This begins to worry me, as it means the elders are setting the entire village on edge, and please do not think of it like that. They're coming for you. I feel my heart sink, but only momentarily. If that were the case, if they were indeed about to arrest me or execute me, it's not like I would be able to do anything about it. Besides, there's no proof of this. I trust Farissa's plan. She's a fool. I promise to God I will make a copy of that damn tattoo if only to shut you up. Ellipses. Oh, God damn it, I didn't get the M&Ms. Fudge! Excuse me while I go do that. I hope you all enjoyed that little mini break that was totally planned out. The M&Ms are here, if you can even see them. I just had to finish out the rest of my current container of them, so there's not as many, unfortunately. But, you know, a challenge is a challenge. 3 M&Ms. 1, 2, 3. And the cycle begins. Let's continue, shall we? M&M count 3. This started last stream, and so we will continue the stream tradition. I upgrade from Smarties. Anyway. Ellipses. Good. All it took was some M&Ms. You're not you when you don't have your M&Ms. Means you can listen. I take a deep sigh and look around the room. I've cleaned everything thrice over already. This house would make Cinderella's stepmother stop her bitching. Got him! Not a speck of dirt to be found anywhere. I'm completely out of things to do, and as always when I'm idle, the shadows become chatty. I'm not about to entertain this anymore. I simply grab the different books lying around the house and bring them to the table. There's 5 of them in total. The Tiger Rebellion, 6 Tribes of Tiernon, Brief History of Freyfall, Avis's Guide to the Culinary Delights of Avalon. A cookbook of sorts. I flip through the pages, seeing recipes for a whole plethora of dishes. They seem to be organized by regions, and as I skim through, I notice that some pages are marked with a folded corner. Our plan to make Ranok the best food of his life commences. I ruffle through the book until I arrive at such a spot to be greeted by the chapter's big lettering. Staples of Freyfall. Freyfall, more than any other region of Taigeron, is infused with the dietary habits of humankind. The food here is robust and usually accompanied by a selection of root vegetables, steamed, boiled, and sautéed. Fancy. In this chapter, you shall find all sorts of pastry, bread, and pie recipes, as well as a good assortment of stews and casseroles. Please don't tell me we're making casserole. As in my treatise on the Heartland cuisine, you will find, my dear reader, that humans and tigers have one other thing in common. Their sweet tooth. Oh, writing from a personal perspective, I see, Kael. So, rest assured that your selection of desserts will be mightily enriched by the end of this chapter. So, Ranok used this to learn what to feed me. I smile, realizing how exciting this must have been for him. He found a creature none of his kin have ever seen. I bet those were the very few, if not the first books he actually read in his whole life. Why would you gotta do Ranok like that? That'd be so sad if that was true, though. Probably the first books he actually read in his whole life. All to get to know me. It makes his appearance at the foot of my bed the very first night much more understandable. I flip through the remaining pages, and, true to her word, Avis describes various stews, pies, and even a few different bread variations. Page with a sourdough recipe is also marked with a fold, because sourdough is the best bread. I can imagine him sitting here, going through the books late into the night, trying to understand how to accommodate me better, while taking curious glances at the bedroom door. I look back towards the bed, almost able to see myself lying there unconscious. My vision blurs as I'm getting slightly emotional, and I rub my eyes clear. I miss that damn wolf so much. I close the book, realizing it doesn't help me to exactly steady myself. The last and the smallest of tomes is a booklet no bigger than a personal notebook, and it seems to be just that. I'm trying to find the notebook that doesn't have my real name on it. Might be in the other layer. Yeah, close enough. This is the smallest of tomes. Nothing is even written in it. Just a blank, college-ruled notebook. And it seems to be just that. Ailments, injuries, and curses. It seems to be some sort of medical diary made by a doctor who described different diseases and injuries he encountered, leaving a detailed account of how to treat them. There are some wacky parts where the male describes various curses he'd battle with. Unlike the cookbook, this one doesn't have many marks. Or any, actually, so it seems like it wasn't much of use to Ranok. I mean, I turned out not to be injured. If I were ill, they wouldn't have known that unless I woke up. Oh boy. As for curses, I laugh at my own stupidity, but I decide to entertain a wild thought. I skim through various curses, trying to find any involving hearing voices. But it doesn't seem to be a serious treaty on the matter. Most curses described here are benign nature, like being cursed with bad luck or a curse of spoilage, which supposedly rots away all the food in the household within a day. You mean just how things without refrigeration worked back in the day? Witchy, hacky nonsense. I toss the tome aside, pretty much losing my interest in it. So much for killing time. I dart my eyes back to the 6 tribes of Tiranon and decide to give it another skim. Not much of newfound information, apart from the last page. What's this part about Galatians? Or is it Revelations? Oh, there's only 7 chapters. Or 9. Oh boy. At the very end, missed by me on the very first read, is a little map of the entire region. Ironically, this Bible actually has a map of the entire region. Oh, there's actually 10 chapters in Revelations. I don't even know that, and I was Catholic. Ah, yes. Jerusalem. I gaze at it curiously, seeing different tribes noted on the parchment, with their main settlements marked with a circled point. I guess this village is quite deep in the woods. I look towards the northern border with Goldarin? Goldarin, I guess. That's where the Vorticurin wolf rules. Goldarin, that's a heck of a name. If what Vol said is true and it took Ranok 3 days to get there, how big is this forest? How much distance can a person cover in the day? 20? 30 miles? I'm spitballing here, but if my estimate is anywhere near the correct answer, that would make the border almost 100 miles away. That would be insane. That can't be right. Can it? I look back at the map and measure the width and length of the entire region. It's at least 10 times that east to west and 6 times that north to south. That's like 1,000 miles by 600. It would make this forest huge, at least the size of a big country, which makes me even more confused on how I ended up here. Oh god, I can't really recall being in a forest to begin with. In fact, the harder I think about it, the more I think I'm convinced that everything began in this cottage. Waking up in bed was the first lucid moment of my existence here. Which means that whatever my life was before waking up here, it was out of this world. I don't belong here. Whatever brought me here wiped my mind clean of any memories. But there are echoes of things resonating in the void. Wonder what? I can feel it with every fiber of my being. But just as before the very idea of it filled me with dread this time around, I feel rather encouraged by the concept. And before I continue on, Gideon, you've asked me like 5 or 6 times now. I don't think I have Nekajishium planned because I feel like everybody else has played that by now and I've seen full playthroughs of it. Like I've actually technically read it through other people's VN live readings, so I feel like I'd just be kind of repeating something everybody else has done. But don't worry, I have some other ideas for VNs. But I'll always keep it in the back of my mind, just in case. This feels like an adventure very few were given a chance to undertake. And the choice being made for me, all I can really do is revel in it. It does leave only one question. Why me? What's so special about me? Nothing. You are nothing. Takes one to know one. Boom! Roasted. I mean, it is rich coming from an ephemeral whisper. At least we know more vocabulary than the ominous whisper. At this moment, you're basically a cosmic fart. You even linger around like one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh god, I got hit by the cosmic fart. Oh god, no! You don't like that, do you? It just keeps bonking me on the head until I repent. I can sense its anger at being dismissed so easily. 2 of us can play that game. Where the heck's my notebook? Come at me, spirit fart! You're just a pawn. And you're meant to be the player? I mean, manipulating my emotions might have worked if you were a tiny bit more subtle with it. And if I scooted in a little bit. But now I know there's nothing... There is. But now I know there's something wrong with me. I know you're there, whoever you are. I mean, I might just be mad, but considering I'd rather stay on the hopeful side of things, I'll go along with you being real. Which means I'm possessed. I shrug. Normally, I would probably freak out with such a realization, but considering I've woken up to a bunch of werewolves, got stabbed, and now at best face the threat of war and execution at worst, condescending whispers are somewhat low on my list of worries. Damn. I really have sunk to a new low. Oh, I thought that would be the next line. That would have been so fun if it actually was. But I guess Full might have been right about that blood ritual. Whoever was scurrying about those woods in the dead of night was up to no good. Trying to summon twink humans into my world! I'm just worried. I'm just wording. I am wording the words so I can speak the words. I'm just wondering if I was the means or the ends. I would love if this turned into Wolfstar Sins in Paradise and somehow, like, Kaelin just somehow gets, like, whatever that, like, beast monster thing was on, like, Wolfstar's arm and just starts attacking people with it, and that's what the evil spirits or whatever are planning. It just full out becomes Wolfstar Sins in Paradise, but in, like, the Dark Ages. Oh my goodness, that would just be... Anyway, I'm just wondering if I was the means or the ends. Once Ranok returns, I'll have to get this properly discussed with the group. Yeah, fuck off. I wave my hand dismissively. Shoo, annoying voice fart. Save it for someone who cares, buddy. What was your question? Amicus or Ranok? I think I've made this... I don't know if I've made it clear, but I've had a huge debate about it in my head before. But I would say Amicus for now, just because we know more about him. His first story, at least, is complete. But, you know, who knows? Maybe Ranok will take him over someday. Maybe he will top him. I'm seriously done with you for now. Ah yes, my favorite episode. The episode where we sit with our thoughts. With the sun setting, I set up a fire and continue my vigil. But there's still no visit. The night grows darker, and the shadows grow longer, forcing me to consider simply calling it a day. Means it's less writing for the writer. No, I can relate to that, holy crap. I am somewhat unsettled by being left alone. However, it's not like I'm without any provisions, so can't complain. I just hope whatever the reason for Vol's and V's absence is, it doesn't bide more trouble for us. Wait, V. I know Vol. V? Is that one of the side character wolves? Oh goodness, I'm forgetting. I mean, I know there's Vither. There's like so many goddamn V's in this world. Somebody remind me in the chat, all 42 of you, use your powers, use your brain powers to tell me who V is! Anyway, my stress levels are high enough as it is. Oh, V is in Verissa. Did somebody call her V before? Am I really just blanking out? Am I pulling a Kaelin and just forgetting everything from the past? Thank you to the 3 people who have told me so far. Panu, Arrow, and Alexander Smith. What did you miss, Zaid? You missed me blanking out on what V stood for. Anyway. Once again, very relatable line. My stress levels are high enough as it is. Finally, completely defeated, I put out the fire, grab the cloak, and head to bed. Being bored out of my wits, it doesn't take long for me to drift off, especially snuggling into my crumpled cloak. Oh no! Who could that be? A knocking on the window wakes me up. Identify yourself! I rub my eyes lazily, noticing that it's still night. I approach the sill, my numb fingers fiddling with a latch for a moment until I finally manage to unlock the window and open it ajar. If it's Tano, I'm gonna punch him. Like, I just open the window, Tano appears. Get out of here, Tano! Don't be messing with my bullshit! Oh, never mind. Another white wolf, but it's Verissa. We will not punch Verissa. To my surprise, I find Verissa standing outside between the lines of our laundry. I half expected Vold to repeat our first night's encounter. And before we move on, who asked about Fallen Wolf? Lion Wing. Thank you for asking. Have you heard of Fallen Wolf? Yes, I have, actually. We might be doing something together in the future. I don't know what exactly, but she invited me. She invited me to do something with her. And another guest who may or may not be in this chat right now. I don't know if I can reveal it now or what it is. I don't even know exactly what we're doing, but I know the gist of it. Anyway, I half expected Vol to repeat our first night's encounter. I hope everything's alright. I mutter, still rubbing my eyes. Well, yes and no. I draw a deep sigh of defeat. Of course. Why did I expect anything else? The elders were wasting half of our day interrogating everyone about you and Ranok. Well, the other half was wasted at the villa when the chief summoned us to question about the elders. What a palaver. Jesus Christ, Kaelin, you are the dictionary tonight. Yeah, whatever that means. So, that's why you were away today? Yeah. Sorry about that. Both me and Vol were held up, and I didn't want to endanger Cora further. Endanger her? I blink, slightly confused. Didn't she tell you that she also was interrogated? Mainly about the food and who's paying for it. Oh, yeah. She did mention that. Well, Vither didn't like it one bit, so he forbade Cora from getting involved with you. Oh, shucks. We're not gonna have somebody who tries to word out every single word to us. Oh, darn. Damn. I mumble, saddened by the news. I mean, he's doing what any father would do. He's trying to protect her. I'm glad you choose to see it that way. Speaking of, she slides a fragrant linen parcel onto the sill, and as I unfurl it, I find a quiche and a collection of fruit pastries. Is this from Vither, then? Nope. He's still at the villa. Then there's only one other person that could have made those. I state plainly, watching her smile. So much for not getting involved with me. I chuckle, pulling off a piece of the quiche and stuffing it into my mouth, realizing that somehow we accidentally started the Verissa route. I don't know, I am just guessing. I'm not starved or anything, but I was going on throughout the day on just the nibbles. Cora's quite independent, and she took a liking to you. The feeling's mutual. I smile, enjoying the deliciously moist quiche. This little gift immediately lifts my mood, but I see there's more to come as Verissa's practically beaming with a very impatient smirk. What? Or what? I've got some good news for you. Oh, I could use some. Please tell me it's Ranok! Please! Oh, you're also friends with Fallen. That's so cool, Lion. Yeah, I met her, like, when I did the Adastrians reading, I think, and ever since, she and I have just, friends on Discord and all that, occasionally hit each other back and forth. Anyway, moist. That's the good news. Ranok's coming back. Woo! Play the crab rave! I stop, gaping at her in disbelief. How did you know? We heard it over the howl. The howl? Or... I know. It's a bit confusing. She brushes it off with a chuckle. Our actual howls convey short messages, and they can be heard over quite some distance. Especially out in the open. Yeah, Ranok said something to that effect. I see her smirk intensify. Oh, he did more than just say that, didn't he? She lets the question hang for a moment. Quite a lot of us could hear his little demonstration. I blushed slightly, reminded of our evening together. Yeah, I might have just pushed him to it. Anyway, one of the outer sentries passed on a howl he overheard. Ranok's just a day away. He should be here around tomorrow evening. I cover my lips and jump with joy, like a little kid who just had his wish granted. Oh god, yes! Ah! I exclaim, causing the female to shush me. Sorry. I was so worried. I try to control the waterworks as my eyes begin to gloss. It's fine. Just be happy, but quietly. So, did he find the missing packs? Well, he only found one of them. What about the other? That's the mystery we'll have to solve tomorrow. Her voice slightly wavers. But the silver lining is that Ragara's pack is all accounted for. And considering their pace, it seems none of them are seriously injured. Yeah. That is a relief. Suck it, you fucking liar! Anyway, tomorrow is going to be quite busy. There's a lot of preparation to do. The chief wants to throw a proper feast to welcome the pack. But... She pauses, giving me a surprisingly comforting smile. Since you're Ranok's ward, your place will be at his side, at the table. Won't it? Ah! Oh, this is gonna be so fun! My expression lightens at her excited tone. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to that. Is there anything I can do to help? Not particularly. No. Am I under house arrest then? I suppose not. She sounds hesitant. Aldris and Dran did their digging, the two worst people on the Earth, or whatever this planet is called, I forgot. So they're most likely out of our hair for a while. If you have some errands to run, feel free. Just, yeah. Don't cuddle up to every wolf I meet. I laugh out. Oh, he can be taught. She jokes and it's about to depart when a thought strikes me. Versa? Yes? I actually have a favor to ask of you. It's about Ranok. I was wondering if there's anything he likes to eat so that he doesn't get to enjoy, or if there's anything he likes to eat that he doesn't get to enjoy often at the feasts. Oh, cheeky devil. She smiles, giving me one of her telling gazes. No, it's not like that. Oh god, I think I know the phrase for it in Italian. Because there's a song based on it. It's just... he was working so hard to accommodate me here. Spoiling me with food all this time. I just would like to do something meaningful to return the favor. There is something that would make his heart melt, and that is lava. Really? I almost blurt out excitedly, and she smirks again in that teasing fashion. Come on, just tell me! Oh, very well. Ranok has a sweet tooth. Always had. Come here, Ranok. I got some M&Ms for you. When we were pups, our den mother used to prepare pork with apples and mustard. Ranok couldn't have enough of it. God damn, I hate mustard myself, but ever since she joined the Ancestors, I haven't seen the dish around. Not many of us like fruit with their meat. That sounds quite complicated. Not at all. It's a simple dish. I can give you the instructions. I frown in slight apprehension. If you know how to make it, couldn't you help me? I thought the whole point of this was for you to be doing something meaningful for him. My involvement would make this moot, no? I guess you're right. I concede, though my expression still betrays reluctance. I'm sure you can manage a simple recipe. I mean, I can try. So, how do I go about making this dish? It's all quite simple. You even make it in one skillet. She says with the confidence of a salesperson. She's trying to sell us her famous apple mustard pork recipe. First, you wedge one apple and fry it up in a little butter until it's nice and golden and the juices create a glaze. But as with every sales pitch, there's an asterisk which I immediately spot. It's spring. Where would I get an apple? Oh yeah, you're right. Her confidence wavers, but only for a moment, and the female snaps her fingers. Oh, I know. There should be some dried slices at the villa. They use them for punches and such. You could just soak them in water and then fry them up. Am I even allowed to go there? I don't see why not. Oh boy, we're gonna go Mission Impossible style and steal some apples. Dirk the Red Panda style. 'Cause I love me some apples. She shrugs. Especially if you keep with the bunnies. I doubt anyone would even notice. Besides, You're Ranok's ward. If you're spotted, just say his name and you should be left alone. I mean, you are doing it for him anyway. Yeah, good point. I nod, actually confident that this could work. Despite the possible risk, I'd like to at least try. If just to do it for him. Do it for him. So, once I soak and fry the apples, what then? Then you fry the pork in the glaze until it's golden brown. Ooh, that sounds so damn good. Once that's done, you add a cup of broth, some sage, and a dollop of mustard. Okay, maybe I could deal with just a dollop. Maybe nothing more than that. Bad experiences with mustard for me. Oh, that sounds so damn good, though. Give me the recipe, Kael. I will threaten you. With hugs. When it boils up a bit, you add back the apples and finish it up with a dash of cream and let it stew. Oh god, you're gonna make me foodgasm. As I said, it's all quite easy. I tried to make a solid mental note of the recipe. Soak the apples, fry them in butter, remove the apples, fry the pork, add a cup of broth, some sage and mustard, and a dash of cream. Yeah, I think I can manage that. I finally nod in agreement. Really, Kaelin, if you can cook a stew and make some sausages, you can cook this. If you can cook a sausage, you can dodge a ball. I have faith in you. I assume I could get all of that in the villa. Or wait, that's me saying that. I assume I could get all of that at the villa. Yeah, they cook meat every day there. So there's always some broth around. Okay, thanks for your help. No problem. She smiles happily. It's a lovely idea. I'm sure Ranok will appreciate it. A perfect welcome home gesture. I'm glad you think so. Sweet dreams. The female waves and walks off. Sleep well when you do. I call out, shutting the window and returning to bed. Considering my impatience at seeing my wolf, I'm very happy to know I have most of my day organized. I guess I'll go to the villa straight in the morning and get all the ingredients ready. I'm trying to get the ingredients ready. I'm sure I can't even speak anymore. I'm sure Vol will be more than happy to give me some cuts for Ranok. Yep, tomorrow is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a magical day. And with that thought, I snuggle into my blankie, taking last sniffs of my Ranok substitute. Tomorrow, I'll have the real deal beside me. As I drift off, I'm trying to recall the recipe, to make sure it will stay with me when I wake up. Fry some apples in the... No. First, soak the apples. Remove the apples and fry pork in the glaze. Add some broth and sage and mustard. Oh, now it's morning. Let's just save here as a sign of progress, and we're going to take a break at the 59:30 mark. Just short of an hour. So how y'all doing? To my 47 viewers, thank you for showing up, and glad I can do this again. And sorry for knocking you silly. because I hit the leg of the table. Right. How late am I? We're only an hour in. It's bee break time. Oh, yeah, I got your message a few days ago about the best boy, best girl, like, furry VN character tier list. Yeah, good job with them. I just did a quick look over them, but I forgot to reply. I'm sorry. But, yeah, Shining Chaos, if you check out my Discord, I think I'm not sure if they posted it to the Discord or not, but they made a tier list, a furry tier list, with all the characters that have been in March Madness this year, so not sure if all or most, something like that, but they used my source for reference. I gave them that access just to get headshots for them so they could fit into the tier list. And yeah, it's fun. Know about Discord address. Oh, I haven't gotten that yet. Anyway. Was it Shining? No. It wasn't Shining Chaos. Sorry. It was Sir Bob, I think. Sir Bob the Marvelous? Let me just double check. I apologize for speaking there. It was Sir Bob the Marvelous. I have not gotten anything from you, Shining, so if you did, you maybe would have to @ me if it was really important. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Bob the Marvelous in my Discord, they made an awesome furry tier list. Or tier maker list, so you can choose their tiers. Anyway, are y'all ready to continue? I think we're ready. Let's start in a few seconds. All right, 3, 2, and 1. We resume. I wake up invigorated by the idea of seeing Ranok after this arduous week. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm sure trudging through the woods to reach his missing packs was much more of an adventure than serving one lunch at his dad's place. But still, today we're out of the limbo. Whatever his decision is, I just want to brave this storm with him at my side. Romance or no romance. He's perfect the way he is. Just a good friend. Anything else is an added bonus. As I rub my tired face, trying to collect myself for the task ahead, something odd occurs to me. There's no stubble. In fact, as I glide my hand across the chin and cheeks, not a single hair to be found. Liars. Come to think of it, my fingernails are the exact same length as they were on the first day. But it's been nearly 2 weeks. Surely I would have grown both the beard and nails. It almost feels as if I'm not aging here. Like I'm a freaking elf. I chuckled it off, getting up to my feet. If within a month my hair will remain the same length, I'll have my confirmation. I don't suppose any of the wolves would find this remotely of interest. 1, they're not familiar with humans, and 2, they're covered with fur head to toe. Oh no, did the frames just absolutely drop? Oh no. It all still looks green to me. Let me know if there are more frame drops. Anyway, good luck explaining facial hair. But at least I know that there is definitely something wrong with me. whispers, accelerated healing, multilingual abilities, and now this? At this point, I'm hardly surprised by anything. Perhaps it's not the best reaction to possibility that one somehow drank from the fountain of youth, but considering the wacky hijinks happening so far, I didn't finish the sentence, sorry. I'd rather limit the number of abnormalities I have to focus on. Either way, today is about Ranok, not about my possible superpowers. I rushed to the kitchen and noticed that, just as he predicted, the dandelion doesn't look too jazzy. I wonder if maybe, as before, a bit of the sun wouldn't reinvigorate it. Enough at least to survive until Ranok's arrival. Yes, I think I'll take it with me. Once I'm washed and dressed, I'll secure the flower in my pin. Or I do secure the flower in my pin, actually. Grab the basket from my shopping list and get ready to step outside. Just as I'm about to leave, I remember Vol's advice and decide to take his token with me as well, just in case. Having no pockets, I simply slide it behind my collar to rest snugly between my skin and the leather strap. Oh no, he's gonna drop it. Oh boy. My, what a wonderful day! The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and the warm breeze gently caresses my skin through the airy silk. Everything is perfect with the world, just as it should be on such a joyous day. With a happy gait, I march onto the path and head towards the village, merrily bopping the basket side to side. As I do so, I begin to chuckle, realizing that my white dress and blue shawl are very much akin to Dorothy's outfit, so I decide to do her skip. Don't act suspicious, Kaelin. Don't act stupid. 1, 2, shuffle. 1, 2, shuffle. He's gonna bump into somebody, isn't he? And let's see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh, God. Do I have to? Do I have to? Do I really have to? I will take the lack of replies as no. Somebody immediately is just like, no. Oh, God. Stop this. One person saying yes. Sing for us, Bard. You people are horrible. I read more or less in time to the music. Is this the part you were telling me was actually the part I had to sing? Oh, God, if this is it, I'm gonna die. Here we go. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I hear he is a whiz of a whiz. If ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was. The Wizard of Oz is one. Because of the... God damn it! Fuck you, Altress! Fuck, I mean, hi! I mean, shit, I'm not supposed to speak. Fuck. What is the meaning of this? Oh God, it's the Wicked Witch from the West! I will splash this on you. I swear. Oh shit. Contrary to Verissa's prediction, Aldris and Drawn are very much on the prowl, and they rush towards me as if I were on fire. Why is this savage unsupervised? Complete lunacy. She grabs my arm harshly and pulls to the side, causing me to nearly trip. I am not that good at singing. You are lying, Dragon and friends. No! Anyway. Scampering through the town as if he had just accomplished some mischief. Oh god, I'm trying not to resist, but she's pushing and shoving me every which way. That it very much feels as if I'm struggling against her. Mister, you pathetic whelp! Fuck you! I mean... Fuck. Thinking I'm putting up a fight, the fatso drops his pipe and rushes to grab my other hand. Oh shit. Thought we were talking about Aldris. And I'm becoming the proverbial rope in a tug of war. He's unwieldy. He howls while I'm getting more and more panicked. Oh god, I'm doing nothing! It's just those two idiots pulling me in the opposite directions. I can't stop yelps escaping from my lips as they squeeze harder, putting pressure on my muscle and bone. As their labored breaths intensify and I finally hear a growl, I want to shout out for help. But before I manage to do so, I hear Cora's melodic voice come out from the bakery. Thank God, Cora. What are you doing? What's this fuck, I'm trying to get her voice back again. Trying to get that female cowboy voice back. What are you doing? What's this commotion all about? Mind your own business and leave this to us. The pudgy female spits out, and I can see Cora is already in a fight-or-flight mode. Kick her ass! Her entire fur is standing upright, and her neck looks incredibly electrified. This is my business. Your frenzied screeching could even make a sourdough go flat. We found this mongrel footling about unsupervised. Probably looking to steal. Where are the guards? Leave him alone! She demands, physically pushing the male off of me. He's not doing anyone any harm. Get your paws off of him. Her growl is now directed at Aldris, who's clutching at me for her dear life. How dare you speak to us like that? Leave him be! He's simply running errands. Errands? Ha! He's a savage. He's running them for my father. Oh shit. We have now been put on a side quest. The confidence in her voice even got me confused, but the other two have no means of asserting it as a lie. As the chief's advisor, he outranks you both. So, unpaw him, you vile woman! She bumps into the female, trying to push her off of me. You pesky little bitch! Last time I saw you hit a pup, I let you off with a warning. But should you do it again... Oh, I swear to Luna. Including with this one. I will maim you, woman! I've never seen her this determined. Her fury rivals that of Vol. Cora can be scary when she needs to, and it's clear her threat made Aldris step back, finally realizing my abused arm. Why you? Dran shakes his clenched fist, squaring off with the tiny female, but she stands defiantly. She even moves her chin closer to him, narrowing her eyes in a challenging stare. Go on. Touch me. I dare ya. She sneers in a contemptuous tone. Just lay your paw on me and give me a reason to slit your throat while you stand. God damn. I didn't even notice where she pulled out a small dagger from underneath her skirt. Oh shit. Dran also did not see that coming, judging by his complete shock. Why, I never. Well, now you have. Cora mocks him and sweeps her arm around me in a protective gesture. I feel both petrified by those old lintics and entirely taken by her defiance. Mark my words, Missy. I could make your life extremely difficult. It's not like you've been making it easy thus far. She scoffs, looking to me with a weak smile. Come, pet. We haven't finished. Well, I have. I'll get you next time, my pretties. Next time. Oh god, this out of context would be so good. Listen here, you impotent. Vulgar! Woo! Oh, I'm loving this episode more and more. What is going on here? Eldris was about to continue the spat when both she and Dran jump up at Vol's sudden appearance. Thank God for him. Nothing unusual. Cora rolls her eyes, still very much tightly embracing me, drawing Vol's attention to my abused arms. With that sarcastic tone, I still think Vol would not understand what was going on. His social IQ be from 0 to negative. I caught this old hag dragging another youngling across the street. How dare you! He's bruised. He states with a voice completely devoid of any humor, and then his empty gaze lands on the old-timers. Don't you have your own work to attend to? I do, but I've closed down the shop. It's not every day there's a troop of clowns in town. Ho! Got him! Both of the old wolves nearly choke on the remark, taking deep, aggravated huffs of air. You think your moonshine protects you, boy? You alright, piglet? Or wait, no. I thought he was gonna yell back at Tron. He just angrily yells at Kaelin, you alright? Nope. You alright, piglet? I'm talking to you! But Vol is very much intent on ignoring him, taking a gentle hold of my arm and inspecting it carefully. It's slightly bruised with purplish imprints of where their paws held me. He closes his eyes, taking a deep sigh, and then turns idly towards Dran. Why did I say it like that? I gotta say it impolitely because I hate him. Dran. The male is slightly startled, but Vol doesn't move or even say anything. He just glares at the old male. Wait! What's this? Oh god, it's the coin, it's the coin. It's gonna be the coin. Yep, it's the damn coin! I knew it! I even was thinking about this a few lines before, like, oh, when they were tugging on him, the coin probably fell out of his strap. Aldris draws our collective attention as she kneels next to me and picks up something shiny from the ground. Aha! I knew he was stealing! She exclaims in satisfaction, waving a silver coin in front of Vol's muzzle. Vol's just like, this bitch serious? Is this bitch really serious? It's your token! Where did you get it, you little thief? Dran tries to rush me, but Vol blocks him with an extended paw. Most likely when you took him to the butchery. He ransacked it. Thief! Thief! He's not a thief. Vol utters quietly. He's oddly calm, and it unsettles me. No, not calm. He's emotionless. I gave it to him. What? Have you lost your mind? Why would you do such a thing? Because he earned it. He shrugs, lowering his arm and snatching the coin from the female. 'Cause he earned it. How? It's a very funny story, and completely none of your business. Tell him, Volgar. What? My tokens are my affair. I don't have to explain my dealings to anyone. Listen here, you overgrown pup! Oh, with a simple shove, Vol sends Dran to the dirt and the rounded male bounces a few times on his rump. Got him! Vol 1, Dran 0. Aldrich ties to help her friend when the Black Wolf addresses her with his empty voice. How's Grandma Val doing? Haven't spoken with her in a while. You damn brat! You dare lay your paws on me! Perhaps I should invite her for a visit. Ooh, maybe this could be a past lover. He raises his brow at the pudgy female, and she fidgets slightly. Dran scrambles to his legs, glaring at us with growing anger. I will have your... Dran, shut up and let's go! The female interrupts him, grimacing uncomfortably. What? You're going to ignore this? We've got more important things to attend to. She nearly growls, casting her nasty gaze at Vol, and then giving each of us a taste. Oh, they give such Karen and Kevin vibes indeed. Oh. As she leaves, Dran decides to slam his shoulder into the Black Wolf, but instead of achieving his desired effect, he bounces back like a bumper car, causing me to snort. God, how is this lunatic still alive? First he starts with Vither, now Vol. Plenty of eyes about. Oh, this will become a talking point in the next few feasts. Better let's get off the road. Vol murmurs, locking his red irises with me. Those eyes, those damn eyes! Cora leads us into the bakery, and before I admire the cozy domicile, Vol grabs my arm sternly and snarls at me. What the fuck, Piglet? You were supposed to stay put! I almost blurt out in protest when Cora does it for me. He was just walking down the road. How more put could he be? As much as it would take to keep those two out of your hair. For them, the only acceptable other king being put is in a box, 6 feet under. She sneers in annoyance, drawing a reluctant laugh from the black male. His gaze softens, and he darts his eyes between the rattled female and me. You two okay? As okay as one can be. She mutters through her clenched teeth, and finally lets out a long sigh of relief. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Vol. She places her paw on his shoulder, causing the male's tail to give a flick. Korogol? How would I ship the two of them? Would it be Korgol? Korger? Korger? Volra. Anybody ship Volra? I don't know what would have happened if you didn't intervene. Don't worry.
subscriber.
Oh, thanks, Pug Lords, for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Club. Great to see you here. He tries to act it cool. Wait, is it... Somebody just said it's Volra or Vora. No, not Vora. It's gotta be Volra. Thanks, Rajay. I keep scooting out of my chair from all this excitement. But it's good I have a clear view of the street, eh? What did they want with him? I don't know. I was just making dough when I heard the shouting. And here they were abusing him. He croons, rubbing the top of his head. He's clearly troubled. Things gonna get interesting once Ranok is back. I doubt those will disappear before tonight. The wolf nods towards the purple spots on both my arms. Oh, God. Fucking shit show. Here. You lost it. He presents me with his coin, and I take it with slight embarrassment.
Subscriber.
Another person subscribes. Wow.
Subscriber.
Thank you, Muffin Man, and code M110 Lucky Star for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Club. Didn't realize Muffin Man wasn't subscribed till now. That's cool. Anyway, he presents me with his coin, and I take it with slight embarrassment. He understands us, doesn't he? What? She catches us by surprise, and we both give her a startled look. I'm not dumb, Vol. I've seen you and Barissa interact with him in many ways he never did with any of the bunnies. I almost want to facepalm, but instead I simply exchange an inquisitive gaze with Vol. I'm not going to betray you. You cannot tell anyone, the Black Wolf states plainly, to which she takes clear offense. Of course. Not even your father. Do I look stupid? She scoffs. I don't tell him anything. He's a chatty drunk. Good, because Ranok's life hinges on this remaining a secret. If you wish for any future with him... Thank you, Dallas Fox, for the $10. No comment, but I really appreciate the donations, and thank you for helping support my causes. Anyway, $10, wow. Anyway, if you wish for any future with him... I have my own mind and heart, thank you very much, and so does Ranok. She brushes him off. If he sticks his neck out for the human, so shall I. Fuck. God, I hate this. We're in another love triangle. Vol grumbles in annoyance, pacing around the room, while she comes closer and takes hold on my shoulders. Okay, he does repeat. I'm like, is he gonna repeat? He's still walking around the room. He's very suspicious of us. He's watching me. Ah. I hope you won't keep my earlier behavior against me. I didn't mean to be patronizing. Sure. Not at all. I'm actually relieved I can speak to you freely. I really appreciated everything you've done for me thus far. It was nothing. The female looks a bit uncomfortable, but only for a moment, casting her eyes to Vol, who's still pacing anxiously. My, it is startling to see another can speak as fluently as one of your own, isn't it? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, pet. She musters a polite smile, but her attention keeps drifting to the pacing male. But we have something far worse to worry about. Oh, these two geysers are not going to be happy about it. Especially now since you've intervened. Seeing you involved with the human, they'll start suspecting something. That bridge is already burned. John was asking me about that dress the other day. Why? What's it got to do with you? Cora seems thrown off. I bought it. You bought it? She tries to subdue her mocking tone. For Verissa, obviously. Finally, Cora cannot keep herself and erupts in laughter. Whatever made you buy her a dress? Between her and me, I'm the one shallow as a puddle. Yet you don't see me strutting in the town in the latest Tigeri fashions. It was a miscalculation. I say. She laughs once more. A miscalculation would need some actual thinking process behind it. This is more of a hit and miss. Yes. Yes, thank you for your insight. That's exactly why it ended up on Piglet. He waves his paw in my direction, and she blinks. Piglet? That would be me. I smile, raising my hand shyly. Why are you calling him that? He's got a name, doesn't he? Oh, what's your name, Pat? Kaelin. Oh, lovely. She smiles widely and looks to the black wolf. See, wasn't that hard? Wasn't that hard? Ugh. I will call him whatever the fuck I please. I've been taking care of that needy little bitch for nearly 2 weeks now. I don't need schooling from a part-time nanny. I'm not sure if he's insulting her daycare duties or her brief involvement with me. Or both. Knowing Vol, he's doing both, isn't he? Seriously? She crosses her arms in annoyance. But I don't want this dragged out. Please, no. I place my hand on her shoulder and give her a confident smile. Hey. I don't mind. Really. We've got more important problems than Vol's personal charm. She snorts in my comment and shakes her head. Vol still being dense as a rock, not noticing. Yes, you're quite right. Since we just told off the 2 elders, I suggest we disperse. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Perpy. That would really make me lose trust in siblings if that happened to me, my sibling. Luckily, my siblings haven't done that with me. Well, I only have one sibling, but he hasn't done that with me. Forged my signatures last 4 months. I hope you managed to get that figured out and managed to be able to tell the bank that they're frauding you. Because that should be something that she has to be held accountable for, right? Like I know it's family, but still, it's like she's got to at least like pay you back, like somehow. Like that's just ridiculous. And I would make my MC Luigi from the Mario Bros. That's an interesting name. And yes, I did make a Spider-Verse reference. Thank you, Zaid, for noticing. I have the pups to look after. And you got your butchery to run. She nods to Vol when her eyes land on me. I assume that whatever your activity was, it's still very much pending. Yes, I was gathering ingredients for Ranok. I just don't know if it was a good idea now. Pish posh, you're not a prisoner. Otherwise, you'd be in the stockades. You're Ranok's ward. She pokes the crest on my collar. If you need things from him, you can go about your business. Don't let anyone strong-arm you. Those two act as if they own those two act as if they own the damn place, but they don't. Oh, fuck them. I hear Vol's strained grumble in the back. He's clearly getting agitated. Oh, dear gods. You have my coin. Just show it if any of the gods give you trouble. Just don't lose it next time. God, I'm sorry. I won't. I mumble apologetically, patting my dress. I don't have any pockets, so I just keep them under my collar. It must have slipped. Vol rolls her eyes in annoyance, while Cora bobs happily as if she was struck with an idea. Oh, that's easily sorted. The female quickly rushes to the back of the room, rummaging in the cupboard. She quickly returns with a small leather pouch. Here you go, Lev. You can take it to your belt and use it to store trinkets. Oh wait, you can tie it to your belt and use it to store trinkets. I look at the embroidered borders with a simple Celtic knot motif in the middle. Fancy. It's beautiful. Are you sure? Of course. Ranok gave it to me on my 16th moon day, but I never really used it. Seems they both missed their marks with their gifts, huh? I slowly became a repository for unwanted knickknacks. I jest, tying the pouch to my waistline and causing Cora to laugh. They try, bless them. Hell, at the end, it's the thought that counts. He made it himself, you know. Oh, you're gonna hit Ranok in the feels when he gets back. Oh, this is gonna be such a feels day. Loving them feels. And great to hear Perpy about being able to kind of get things handled and back. But yeah, I would feel the same way if I had a family member do that to me. I guess he got caught purple-handed. Or perpy-handed. Anyway. Oh? I mutter, depositing Vol's coin into the pouch and looking at it with renewed admiration. It very much seemed like a work of professional craftsmen. He'll be glad to see it on you, I'm sure. Yeah. I hope so. My smile slightly wavers as I take a discreet glance towards the street. I feel quite defeated. Ranok left me for just a week and I managed to fuck up our little secret without even trying. As nice as Cora is, this wasn't part of the plan. And then there's Tano. As expected, the female picks up on my shift and looks at me with a worried expression. I'm sorry we cannot be of any more help, love. No. I protest. You've been absolutely brilliant. It's just... I sigh, casting my uncomfortable gaze towards the path. Those two. And a few others really scare the living soul out of me. Oh, this is a wolf's den. Oh, you cannot be a sheep here. I raise my brow in surprise, immediately drawn back to Anel's analogy. We'll make you a wolf. We'll make a wolf out of you yet. Let's get down to business to defeat whatever the name of that other wolf pack was. Anyway, she corrects my dress and unfurls my shawl, which got tangled in the spat. Right. I'll escort him to the square. Great, because I actually need some meat. If you know what I mean. Good. So we all know what to do. Cora smiles in agreement and walks behind the counter to her workstation. I'll be seeing you later, pet. And we'll be having some catching up to do. I'm looking forward to it. Not as much as I do. As we step outside, Vol stops for a moment and takes a deep breath. He holds it for a while, and I feel slightly worried. You're okay? I'm fine. He cuts off, throwing his gaze towards Ranok's cottage in the forest. I told that idiot not to get involved. That's what we'd get in too deep. Now I'm practically drowning in this bullshit. I feel a little uneasy at his comment, but decide to touch his arm. To reassure him, only to have it brushed off. Oh, thank you so much, Victor. Both your countryside accent and Australian accent is on point, though, for your voice and actor skills, and your voice acting is impressive, though. That's nice to hear. Yes, thank you, Victor. Not in public, piglet. He grumbles and finally moves towards his shop. Despite Vol's notoriety, every single eye is drilled to us. The fishmonger sorts his fish, but his eyes are hooked into my flesh like a fishing pole. Even the blacksmith calls out a curse as he hammers his finger due to his straying gaze. Every wolf passing by or working in their shop looks at us intently. For fuck's sake. Vol nearly snarls in anger, and I can see his fur bristle. Once at the butchery, his paw grabs my neck, and he shoves me into the back room. Oh, he grabbed my neck again. God damn it! Before I get to say anything, his paws slam on either side as he pins me to the wall. Oh boy, we're getting his meat! I mean, what the fuck were you doing, you idiot? I saw you skipping through the town, almost begging for someone to thrash you. His anger maw snaps in front of me, and his jagged fangs start to affect my heart rate. God. I was happy? Happy to get killed? You're fucking useless. God, now even Cor knows. I'm sorry. Mana Piglet! Jesus Christ! He shakes me hard and shoves me to the floor. This isn't a playground! You're literally fucking with our lives here! My breath speeds up and I begin to hyperventilate. At first, I think it's a panic attack brought on by his anger. But now, I realize I'm not scared. I'm angry. Not even angry. I'm furious. Always a pushover. Fuck off! I shout out, locking my exasperated gaze with his startled eyes. I get up to my feet and look at him, utterly fed up. I was happy because Ranok's coming back. He's the only person I trust on or rely on in this loony bin. I'm done being treated like a fucking hostage. I try to shove him, but the wolf doesn't budge even an inch. I cannot wait for the day when I finally get to leave this fucking shithole full of fucking maniacs. I finish my rant, my rattled chest rising and falling in quick succession. But Vol seems unimpressed. You done? Just another Tuesday for me. I allow myself a few more huffs of air before I exhale in resignation. I am done with everything. I exhale pitifully, again feeling my emotions spiral out of control. Jesus Christ! I can feel the entity push against my psyche. What the fuck? Not the cosmic fart! It takes all the strength that I have not to break. So much for my bluster. I'm so done. No, you're not. No, you're not. He really just said, no, you ain't. He mutters, closing his eyes. What? It's called releasing pent-up anger. You're just coming down from a high. What the fuck is he talking about? All I ever saw you do is fall into pieces and cry, or freeze up like a bunny staring into a wolf's jaw. It's good to see you processing some anger as well. There's plenty of it in there, I'm sure. I gape at him, completely lost in his train of thought. Is that what this is? A fucking therapy? I mock him, snark clear in my voice. Oh god, I almost just my neck off with that. I almost broke my neck. Maybe not the type you want, but definitely the one you need. He shrugs. If Cora found out, that means others are onto you as well. She's not dumb, you know. She found out because of you. She even said so herself. I protest, but he simply scoffs. Yes, and why do you think that is? Oh, he's not as angry this time. Sorry about that. Vol not being angry? What? Yes, and why do you think that is? It's because you had to coddle you like a damn suckling. Said you constantly cry for a tit. You know what? I don't give a shit. I raise my hands in resignation. I just wanted to do something nice for Ranok. To welcome him home. Subscriber. Thank you, Evil Reigns, for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Club. To welcome him home to the Dork Club. I don't have time to go through this with you again. Oh, I thought that was in monologue. Okay. I don't have time to go through this with you again. Either you'll help me or not. Help you do what? He asks in confusion. Pork with apples and mustard. His eyes open wide and looks as if he's seen a ghost. How do you know about that? Vol also has a secret sweet tooth. Doesn't matter. The wolf closes his eyes and sighs in resignation. This is rich. I bet Verissa told you. He mutters uncomfortably. How else would you know it's his favorite dish? Why does it matter? I really just need the pork vol. I state calmly. I don't want to argue or be lectured or to apologize for something that isn't my fault. The wolf gives me a confused look, but eventually concedes through a sigh and walks towards one of the shelves, taking up a large slab of meat. He slams it onto the table and in silence cuts out 4 nice fillets. As he places them gently into my basket, he gives me a somewhat confusing look. It's not indifferent and not sad. Just off. Here, he'll enjoy it, I'm sure. Even his voice sounds subdued. What's going on? God. Fuck, why do I have to be their emotional support blanket? You're all over the place. I state plainly, stopping him as he was about to leave to the shop front. You're dead emotionless when facing those old pricks, then acting all cool and nice in front of Cora, then nearly tackling me again. What the fuck, Vol? I demand, and I see his ears flop slightly. I didn't want to get involved, but I did. For him. Now everyone gets involved. Everyone fawns over a fucking human. It's like you're doing some sort of psychedelic drug, making everyone abandon their senses and cry for more. He speaks calmly and slowly, but despite outward calm appearance, I can sense he's seething inside. They're just trying to help. They're trying to get killed! He finally snaps, locking his angered gaze with me, and I can see his form tense. Standing out to those two is suicidal! When I saw them hassle with you, I thought, good, it will teach him. But Cora had to run out. He got to pick a fight she couldn't win. She's more than capable. He's eager to dismiss anyone who's further than him, but she has shown her fangs. If she had harmed them in any way, she would have been banished, whatever Thither's position might be. And once that happened, he would definitely take in appropriate measure the creature that caused it. I had to intervene, not only for yours, but for her sake as well. Losing one idiot would be bad enough, but 2 of them would break Ranok. Is that the only reason why you did it? Everything I do is for that idiot, he reiterates angrily. I just hoped I wouldn't have to throw myself in front of the elders this early. They didn't even find out you could speak yet. Fuck! He growls and grabbing his head, and his entire demeanor collapses. I can hear his breath getting more irregular, and as much as I thought it was just frustration, now I can see that it's not. His tail's tucked in. He's scared. And seeing how much his emotions are shifting from one extreme to the next, He doesn't know how to process it. It must be literally the first time in his life when he was actually scared. It's okay. I speak softly, but do not approach. I know how volatile he can be. Nothing's okay. Everything's turning to shit. You've dealt with them pretty well. No. I didn't. I had to get Gran involved. Your Gran? Oh, thank you, Jacob Harrison, for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Club. Your Gran? I blink, completely thrown off. As in your grandma? No, as in my fucking trained monkey named Gran. Yes, the tiger from that visual novel Limits. Had to get him from the Tigerian tribe just to help with this situation. God damn it, he wouldn't stop talking about donuts. And fucking screwdrivers for some reason. What the fuck was that about? He sneers in annoyance. Of course, my grandma, you idiot! Wait. Val. I have a quick think. Dirk does a quick think. You mean Valrus is your grandmother? How the fuck did you know that? He looks at me completely stumped, and I must admit, it feels nice when dots start to connect, but... Oh. Oh no. It means you're related to Aldris! No! Oh god, no, disgusting! Sister of my grandmother is hardly any relation. He scoffs uncomfortably, almost as if it were an insult. I mean, it kinda is. It's a relation enough to make that old bitch uneasy. She was practically speechless. Again, how the fuck would you know about Val? Enel mentioned her at the villa, and Aldris nearly blew a gasket. I just filled in the gaps. I shrug, and Vol looks into the distance. My Gran and Enel are very close. Aldris, not so much. I wonder if Enel likes Vol a lot then. I just imagine the very not so lucid Enel just being like, oh, good Vol. You're doing a great job, sweetie. Aw. I don't think anything is physically capable of being close with that wench. Unless she and Dran... Ugh, yuck. Disgusting! I'm sure I'm pulling Cora's hibby-jibbies. I'm sure I'm pulling Cora's hibby-jibbies expression right now. Ugh. Anyway, I don't think you have to worry about anything. The threat worked. I am not going to scream Enel again. God damn it, that will break this entire house. You have no idea who those two are. Vol replies coldly, giving me a condescending look. They're the pettiest, most backhanded pieces of shit this side of town on. They won't let this slide. They'll start working their case against all of us now. He mutters coldly, embracing himself in an oddly comforting way, and I start to think this is serious. I just want to imagine that somehow whoever summoned Kaelin accidentally summons a house in the forest, and then that lands on Aldris. That would be the best way for this to end. Or we could just dump water on her. Either way. You really are worried. Of course, I'm fucking worried.
Subscriber.
Oh, thank you, Owl Life, for subscribing. Welcome to the Door Club. And hi, Koro, for coming here. We had a good time the other day watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1. We'll have to see the rest sometime soon. Anyway. Of course I'm fucking worried. He sneers at me. They're already bidding one case against Ranok and you. Now, they'll work on one against Koro and me. That is why they have to get to my grandma involved. The Black Wolf sighs heavily and locks his gaze with the floor. We have to be prepared in case there will be a howl invoked. I nearly choke in confusion. Wait, what? Why would there be a howl invoked? Depending on how dire the news is that Ranok's bringing, the chief might need to summon one. If that happens, regardless of the original reason, the elders can present unrelated matters to be addressed by the gathered and steer the proceeding their way. You mean they can hijack it? Welcome to America, where filibusters are king. I shudder at the realization and similarly embrace myself. Fuck. Do you think they're planning it? Why else dig up the dirt left, right, and center? He shrugs, and I nod, my heart slightly sinking. True. You're heading to the villa, I assume. The wolf asks idly, and I raise my brow. Huh? Where else would you get the rest of the ingredients? I was planning to, but now, I don't know. I mumble, looking around uncertain. This whole thing might have been a bad idea. Terrible idea. Well, you have to go now. Oh. Yeah. Why? Because we didn't go through all this bullshit for you to suddenly back out. He sneers mockingly. Ranok will appreciate the meal. His enjoyment might be the only good to come out of this whole debacle. I'm not convinced and look at him inquisitively. Besides, I need a favor. Send Triss to me. Tell him this. Vol. Sundown. Come. He again mimics a Neanderthal speech, and I nearly laugh into his muscle. It's not funny. He will understand. Don't worry, I'll make sure he does. I smile, giving him a slightly worried look. But what do you need Trist for? Bunnies are the fastest buggers in the forest. If I want a message to reach Val quickly, it has to be done by one of them. I also don't want the others to catch wind of this. Oh. Okay. I'll let him know. I nod and proceed towards the doors when his paw lands on my shoulder and squeezes slightly. And for fuck's sake, Piglet. Be careful. I will. I nod and leave, carrying my basket towards the Sylvan Road. Alright, let's take a break now. We've gone a whole hour. 2 hours and 5 minutes, man. This is a good stream so far. Long chapter, indeed. Alright, so, how's everybody doing? What have I missed? This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Yep, indeed. And Koro saying hi to Perpy, and Perpy saying hi to Koro. Is that White Wolf Old Lady Tano or Varissa Grandma? You mean Aldris? Or Enel? I don't really know. It's like all we know is that Enel is like an aunt-in-law, not aunt-in-law, like a second aunt or whatever it is, like once removed, however you call it. Yeah, my mind is blown too, Lucky Star. I wonder if Volgor is suffering depression. Gee, I wonder. Just imagine Volgor like Vlad, says Lionwing1220. That would be interesting. I could totally see that. I could see him being Ranok. Well, actually, maybe, yeah. Maybe more so Volgor. I could see that, actually. Fun fact. Kael is trying to implement full pack of Vol sprites, which... Oh, I don't know why I thought of it was saying Kalen. I'm like, Kalen's trying to implement the sprites himself. Like, Kalen just comes out of the game and, like, meta inserts things. Fun fact. Kael is trying to implement a full pack of Vol sprites, which makes 273 sprites total. I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness. For me, it's like my main characters have like 10 sprites max. My main characters from IVN, and the rest tend to have like 3 to 4 if they have a sprite. Oh god, that just makes me cry. But that's what happens when you commission an artist. You gotta have a budget. My wisdom is only given from the experience formed by my hardship. I was able to get over the barrier. Thanks, Koro. Great advice. That's a lot of sprites. Indeed. I am impressed. Panu Tollus is telling us that. I wonder if Kael will be able to join. Maybe it'll be morning by the time it reaches him. 273 versus 273 full sprites versus 300 sprites in entire Adastra. Holy crap, I need to check this out sometime. Like, just look through the game code and be like, is this true? Is this really true? Oh, Resident 2 Evil was originally placed to be on the Game Boy Advance. Interesting fact, Koro. I'm gonna take some water sippy sips. With that many sprites, Vol's gotta have his own route. All but confirmed. This makes me so happy. That makes me kind of interested in Evil Reigns. I'm not sure if I should do the Vol route or the Ranok route, or even a Varissa route if there is one. Should I? Like, I'm not sure then, like, you know, because there are a bunch of people already doing Far Beyond the World, and if one does one and another does the other, you get variety. But at the same time, you're kind of losing the fans that aren't interested in the other character as much. Alright, gonna put that water down. Stretchy stretch. There we go. We've only had 3 M&Ms so far. Still a full thing of M&Ms. And we're saving them for Ranok. Yeah, you can check the Adastra PC folder game freely. Yeah. Others you have to kind of decode in like Unix and stuff, and it's like weird. But, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to share like anything on that because I feel like, you know, enabling that just makes it all the more, you know, easy to bootleg stuff. And if I ever do anything with the sprites, it's more so just to put in the thumbnail of my video, just as a part of an artwork, as if, like, you know, you're snipping out something from a magazine. So yeah, you know, creative intent is an interesting thing to debacle. So let's start in 30 seconds, shall we? 2 hours and 10 minutes. We will continue the reading. Alright, less than 10 seconds. Stretching. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. At first, I was brushing off those two old fatzos as nothing more than a comic relief or a distraction. At worst, they were just the typical entitled boomers who used their familial relations to blackmail everyone into tolerance of their racist, outdated views. Are my parents walking up? They're boomers. I don't think they're assholes momentarily, but they do have some outdated views, in my opinion. We still love each other as family. Anyway. But now it seems they're more just bigoted mouthpieces. They have real sway, and when it comes to politics, that's dangerous. Dangerous enough to make Vol completely messed up by fear. So I'm just going to lower that so you have a better view of me. I seriously do not know what I woke up to, but whatever this is, I intend to see it through and through, no matter what. Ranok, Farissa, Cora, even Vol, despite him not openly admitting that, risk their lives for me, for what's right. Triss was right. The young ones are different, and they seem to be the only hope for this tribe to move forward. Not even tribe, the entire forest. I chuckle, reminded of what Ranok said. The human can tip the scales. Wait, Ranok I think was Ranok's dad, right? I'm stupid. Call me stupid. Please, I dare you. Oh, there's gonna be 24 chapters? Jeez. We're only getting started. For me, I don't know how many days I'm gonna put in my VN, but I kinda have maybe a vague idea that I might make the routes start around day 7? Give or take? Who knows? Anyway, I gotta finish up day 4 still. Holy crap. In my VN, that is. We need to finish this part of the chapter 7, though. Book 1 of 3. Oh, dear God. This is going to be an 8-book series and a 2-parter at the end for the finale. Don't say that, Amaryl. I am indeed stupid. I chuckle, reminded of what Ranok said. The human can tip the scales. At first, I didn't want anything to do with any scales. I was too self-conscious to step on them. But now seeing that whether I like it or not, my and everyone else's life hangs in the balance. I'm not going to simply sit by and watch the chips fall where they may. As dismissive as the wolves are of the sylvan folk, I think I could be the bridge to gap this divide. And if I can play my cards right, I might tip the scales in Ranok's favor. In any case, Dran and Aldris ended up on my shit list, and I will do everything in my power to undermine their position, just as they do everything they can to undermine Ranok's and his father's. I can open the windows. Thanks. Night. Yeah. I'm gonna open them up if it gets too hot during the stream, but yeah. We're turning off the AC at times in the summer, because sometimes it costs way too much money to run the AC in our house. So, and sometimes I prefer opening the windows and turning on the fan. But, anyway, before I continue, Darius Wolf Gamer says, what is Tennis Ace getting an update, and which character is it going to be? Should Luigi? And somebody said it may have come out just now, but I'll have to double check after this stream. It should be sometime soon, because usually it's like around the 15th, give or take, and I think it's a bit overdue, so it might be towards the end of the month this time. I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm a dumb ape in their eyes. A big, silly, dumb monkey. So the irony of such a twist will be this much sweeter. When I reach the road branching out towards the villa, I take a moment to calm myself down. I rest against one of the pillars marking the perimeter and take deep, slow breaths. Trist is quite easy to freak out if he senses danger, I cannot let myself appear rattled when talking to him. I need him on board. As I walk through the front garden, met with the now familiar architecture, I spot two bunnies going around the greenery. The closest to me is an almost yellowish female clipping the hedges. The other one, much further in the back, is a plucky gray male, quite massive for a bunny, and not just in the waistline, if you know what I mean. He's huge, easily twice the size of Trist. Guess they come in all shapes and sizes. I just thought of such a dumb idea to put on pants like booty shorts. Just because he said it was like twice as wide. There's this truck sign that sometimes trucks will put if they have like a wide thing on their trunk or whatever, and it says wide load. Oh god, I just want to make that like a booty short. It just says wide load. Oh man. Would I wear it? You'll have to find out. Guess they come in all shapes and sizes. The large male notices my gawking and stops brushing the pathway, pointing to his companion, who's dead set on getting the rim of the hedge right. Rim job. Yo, Leaf, he calls out. There's a weirdo behind you. It's staring all creepy-like. Oh, by the wild. By the wild. I don't know what the hell that word is. Is it wild? By the wild. It scared the crap out of me. The female nearly drops her clippers, grabbing them at the last moment and holding them tight as one would hold a dagger. I'm not sure if she intends to use it to defend herself, or if it's just her natural reaction to being startled. So I decide to raise my hands in a calming manner. I show her I have no weapon, and the female rolls her eyes in annoyance. Ugh, great. Someone misplaced a freak. You, vacant face. What? You. Want. She speaks with that now familiar Neanderthal speech. This will never stop being annoying. Trist. Utter plainly, try not to give away that I can understand them. The girl blinks, as almost if it was the last name she'd expect to hear. Trist? The fuck you want with Trist? Oi, Bramble. The freak wants to speak with Trist. She calls out to her chubby friend, and the giant scoffs in amusement. Trist? That will be the first. Who's to say Trist wants to speak with it? I don't know. This one's kind of funny. Oh, I'm turning into Cora for a second. I don't know. This one's kind of funny. Oh, nope. Even more Cora. Fuck. What is a female voice that isn't Cora? I don't know. This one's kind of funny looking. She waves her clippers in my direction, and I feel another, rather uncomfortable, having a sharp blade aimed at me so casually. Wouldn't want to piss off whoever's leash is attached to the other end of the collar. Ugh. Let me fetch him. But if that's some kind of stupid prank, you'll be taking the heat. The other bunny grumbles and finally disappears into the side doorway, leading to the kitchens, and if I recall my previous tour of the place correctly. Yeah. At least you're not saddened at the freak. You're not saddened at the freak. The female huffs and returns to tending the hedges. Having nothing else to do, I simply hang around, watching her work from time to time. She's oddly diligent. Sure, the edge is just right. I'm not sure why. The chief doesn't seem like the sort that would be this bothered. What are you looking at, vacant face? What are you looking at, the vacant face? She sneers in my direction, and I cannot help but chuckle and how flustered I make her. This seems to only fuel her annoyance, and she finally straightens up. Oh, it's funny, is it?
I'm about to take this trimmer and shove it all up your...
Hey, Leaf, what's up?
Trist's arrival prevents any possible spat, and I smile at the bunny kindly.
This freaking little's up and about.
Oh, it's fine. He's Ranok's new ward.
Ranok?
The female gives me another, this time more careful look, and her eyes center on my collar.
Oh, that's no good, the flea bag.
She calls out, shaking her oversized scissors.
If I were you, I'd throw this new chew toy down the cesspool end.
That's enough, Leaf.
Now I'm the one to blink, taken by surprise by Trist's commanding tone.
After the lay he dismissed you? You've been tough doing nothing wrong, and...
I said enough,
he repeats sternly, and the girl is as confused and shocked as I am. Didn't know Trist had this in him.
What are you worried about? He's just a dumb wolf. We can speak freely.
I won't repeat myself, Leaf. I think you've got some work to do.
What's up with you, Grouchy? What's only having a bit of fun?
Well, I'm in no mood. Now get back to work before you earn yourself 2 additional hours in the scullery.
To the scullery?
Leaf calls out in complete outrage.
Who do you think you are?
You're still yapping. Make it 3 hours if I hear another word.
And with that threat, she finally goes quiet, although her mouth is still wide open. Damn, I guess Trist is not just any bunny around here. He's quite bossy, not that it's any surprise. In retrospect, it does make sense. Once Leaf's surprise subsides, the female leaves us, marching in a rather aggravated fashion towards the other end of the garden.
Come, let's get under the peristyle so that we're more shielded from the prying eyes. Prying eyes, Jesus Christ.
He invites me to follow, and we move to the side, where the nice colonnade and roofing covers a path adjacent to the kitchen's wall.
Here should be good enough.
Trist nods with satisfied... Was it satisfied? Trist nods with satisfaction after his ears did a nice radar-like sweep of all cardinal directions. I see you're bossing everyone around. I mutter in amusement, causing him to shrug.
They're a bunch of rabbits without a warren. They need some semblance of hierarchy. Otherwise it all goes to shit. Besides, disorganized, we're just an easier prey for those wolves.
Spoken like a true leader. Trist puts a hand on my shoulder and leans out, looking at Leaf staring us down from afar.
Try whispering and exaggerate your gestures a bit, so it looks like you're struggling to communicate with me.
Can't we just go somewhere secluded?
That would look even more suspicious.
I guess. I reluctantly nod. Something's telling me he's just being careful not to appear in cahoots with me. Whatever's the case, I'm not going to be difficult. So I decide to pull off my best Italian impersonation. Basta! What am I good
Subscriber.
enough? Oh, thank you, Lucas Paddock, for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Club. Good enough? I don't know what I'm doing, help me. I ask, flapping my hands like a politician at a rally.
Yeah, tone it down a little.
He grimaces teasingly.
Shittiest spy and actor this side of the world.
Never claimed to be either.
Or the best one, if this is just a ruse.
I roll my eyes, even though it's obvious his tone is playful. He casts another careful gaze towards his friend, and I decide to do the same. But the female is hard at work.
Hope she didn't mistreat you. Despite her name, she's more like a thorn. Very keen to prick.
I chuckle at his words and shrug. Perhaps a little, but I'm happy to forget about it. After all, knowing what you guys go through, I realize it's not personal. It's just misplaced anger. He smiles, nodding.
She's a good person at heart. But being in our situation, that heart has to be pretty well fortified. What are you doing here anyway? No one sent for you.
I know, but I'm running an errand for, well, Ranok.
He's not back yet. Not until the evening, at least.
He narrows his eyes, getting slightly wary. Well, that's the thing. I want to cook something for him as a welcoming gift.
Ha! You are upping your wart game.
Trist finally laughs, giving me one of his more genuine smiles.
I guess I can now understand why I got the boot.
It's not funny. Not to me, at least. I mumble awkwardly, not keen to revisit the subject every time we meet. I really am sorry about that.
Dude, I'm the one who got kicked out. Don't be sorry on my behalf, okay?
The rabbit pats my shoulder energetically. Just like pats it really fast, and I have to concede. You're right.
So, what do you need?
I need broth, mustard, sage, and some dried apples. He listens carefully as I try to recall the ingredients, his expression shifting from confusion to a very mocking smirk.
I thought you wanted to welcome him home. If you want to kill the wolf, just brew him some wolfsbane and be done with it.
Yeah. No. I chuckle but get thrown off immediately by how quickly he mentioned the poisonous plant.
Wait.
What?
It's a joke.
Trist reassures me, laughing my bewildered expression, and quickly dismisses the whole exchange.
Broth will be easy. We've just cooked some beef, so there's plenty around the vats. Sage, apples, and mustard should be in the pantry. Anything else?
Some cream?
Yeah, all doable. I'll take you to the kitchens, but the pantry you'll have to visit yourself. I don't want to be caught going through the stores.
What? Why?
The housekeeper is going through the stock, and he's been up in my business all morning.
He pauses awkwardly, looking around while his ears scan the opposite directions.
I have a bad history with him. There were some discrepancies with the smoking leaf and wine.
Trist, you rascal. Didn't take you for a pincher. I laugh, but he doesn't find it funny.
I am not! The chief and Vither probably had another binger, smoking and drinking when completely hammered and simply forgot. But since I got the boot, all eyes were on me.
Again, sorry about that.
Never mind that.
He rolls his eyes, clearly annoyed by my continuous apologies.
Just deal with your pantry on your own. You can use the servant passage, so they won't even know you're there.
Will you wait for me in case there would be trouble?
Why would there be trouble?
Again, he looks at me with slight suspicion.
You aren't stealing those, are you?
No. But I had a run-in with Aldris and Dran in the village. They kind of wolf-handled me a little. I show him my bruises and he grimaces uncomfortably. If it wasn't for Cora, I don't know what would have happened.
Really? They must have been getting antsy if they harass you in the open. But don't you worry about the elders. They don't show their muzzles around here since our luncheon. They steer clear of the villa.
He smiles, rubbing my shoulder reassuringly. But I don't find that comforting. Yeah, but that means they're running rampant in the village.
Don't worry. No one will harass you here.
What about the housekeeper?
Oh, he wouldn't dare to harass you while you're wearing that.
He pokes at the paw emblem on my collar.
I just have a regular one. He didn't even look at me when I served Ranok. With his crest, you're practically untouchable.
That's disputable. I mutter, again, petting my sore arms.
Okay, tell you what. I'll wait at the door while you fetch your stuff. In case there's trouble, I'll be able to intervene.
He states with an encouraging smile, and I nod in agreement. Thanks. That'll be quite a comfort. And good night to Lucky Star.
So, good. While we're inside,
I'll zip it. I cut him to the punchline, and the bunny laughs. Once he leads me into the kitchen, a sprawling, vaulted room greets me with two massive hearths on one side. There are many tables and counters, piled high with containers, pans, and pots, along with various raw and cooked dishes. 3 bunnies are working with the fires, each minding their own station while Bramble sits on the far end eating a carrot. I can smell some stew boiling, along with a scent of roasted meat and what seems to be a pastry in the oven. It's a very busy workplace. Quite odd considering only the chief lives here. Then again, I don't think his belly came out of nowhere. That wolf likes to eat well.
Bramble, can you fetch some cream and broth? I'd say a small phial of both will suffice.
Triss looks to me for confirmation, and I nod. The large bunny grimaces in my direction and walks towards one of the dressers. As he does so, Triss leads me towards a small door and cracks it open.
This will take you directly to the pantry. Don't take any side doors. Just go straight ahead.
We're gonna rock into the side doors immediately, aren't we? He whispers an instruction, and again, I nod in silence.
Why are you letting that creep into the villa? Mind your own business, or I'll have you clean the cloak off for the next week.
I hear Triss warning as the doors close behind me. The dimly lit corridor is quite windy, and I can see 3 sets of doors to my left, most likely leading to various parts of the complex. I spot the door on the far end, the one behind which I should find the pantry. I try to tread quietly as I slink towards the other side. Once the doors creak, I find myself in the familiar room. Damn, this place is full of surprises. I can hear the chatter in the main hall, Vither's warm voice muttering something to the gloomy-sounding chief. Cora did mention they were having quite a binger recently, empowered by what Triss told me about missing supplies. Keenly aware that being caught rummaging through the pantry would not be a good look, especially after the altercation on the street, I just decided to go quickly about my business. If only any of those damn counters were labeled, or those damn containers, I'd be out of here in no time. Maybe you could just grab one of those apples that is clearly there on the counter there next to the whatever those nuts are and meat. And, oh, and the fish. And the wine bottles. Anyway, I open and clink shut the lids in haste, trying to find what I need. I recall where Triss had me fetch the ingredients for the punch, and quite soon, I stumbled upon dried fruits. Oranges, peaches, I think, pears, apples, there we go. 1 down, 2 to go. Mustard will be a no-brainer, and although I don't know what sage should look like, I have strong enough recollection of what stuffing smells like to be able to find the herb, regardless of its form. No, not this one. Nope. I cast a curious gaze towards the door, hearing the muffled conversation, but I decided to keep focused on my task. No, nope, another jar filled with an unknown liquid. What's this? I flipped the lid over to shut it just as fast. What the fuck is that godforsaken concoction? It smells like rotten fish. Ugh. Just kill me if you're going to feed this to me. Stuff of nightmares should not have this place in a pantry. Nope. No. No. Not here, not this one. This one? Bingo. Mustard. Oof, and by the smell of it, the strong kind. Ugh. So it comes down to sage. As I rummage through the shelves, I cannot help but overhear their oddly hushed voices, and as much as I want to be out of here, I decide to have a quick peek. I approach the doors and push them ever so gently, to have a slither of a glimpse into the great hall. The chief and Vithar sat at their usual spots, drinking wine and talking away. They seemed to be quite inebriated, judging by their sluggish speech and very ungraceful movements.
I love that boy with all my heart. He's all I got left. It reminds me so much of her. She's gone, friend. You cannot keep wasting money trying to track her down.
Ranok's mother? She's not dead?
Sometimes I think it was all a mistake. I should have left with her. You did what any wolf should. You put the tribe above personal wants. And what for?
His voice is strained, almost breaking.
You wouldn't have done a better job than I. You would have been a great chief. But I ain't a chief.
Vithar states sternly, filling up his cup.
Nor would I ever be. You had the blood right and the support of the Howl. Fuck the Howl. Fuck the blood right. I'm so tired of these politics.
The old male sneers, taking a deep gulp of wine.
You would have been a coward to leave after what you've done. You would have sent the tribe into chaos and anarchy. Is that bad? That at times I don't care? Don't say such things. I miss her, Vithar. I see her in my dreams. I see her in his eyes. She haunts me. Stop it.
The brown wolf commends in a stern voice, but the chief seems to not mind.
I don't even know if she's alive. You need to focus on your son. Ranok needs you. If you truly love her so much, you need to let her go and protect her legacy. Your legacy.
Amen to that, whatever happened. Ranok needs you, old man.
Sometimes I envy you.
The chief speaks, causing Vither's expression to sour immediately, and he locks his angered gaze with the older male.
Ranok, don't. At least you don't have to wonder. You know where she is. She's 6 feet under.
I jump back as Vither slams his cup into the table, splashing wine all around.
What consolation is that? Tell me. You can visit her, speak to her, listen to the rustle of her leaves. You're fucking drunk.
The brown male sneers, turning his back to his friend.
Am I not right, though? You've always been a spoiled brat. Nothing was ever enough for you.
He speaks slowly, his voice betraying hints of resentment I've never seen before. Then, he finally faces Varrock again, his muzzle barely containing a snarl.
I would... Oh, so tired.
Sorry about that.
I would gladly trade places. Just to know that Imon is still alive. Even if not with me. Even if she were with another wolf.
His eyes gloss, and I see a tear trickle down his cheek.
I'd gladly suffer the separation, only to know that she still graces this world with her laughter. You think you're the only one suffering?
Vither locks his teary gaze with his paws, putting his grief on full display, and I feel slightly choked up.
I see her Gore's muzzle every moondown day. She's a spitting image. Almost as if a Luna was taunting me.
So Cora and Ranok are the gleam in their father's eyes, because they're reminders of a lost loved one. This explains why the relationship deviates so much from the customary norm around here.
It's not the Luna's doing. Don't howl at the moon.
The chief subdues a growl.
They took both our loved ones. They took them both!
I have a nasty feeling he means the elders, which, if true, would explain the rift between them.
I know you're right. That's why we must not let them win. They must pay. We have to be smart about this. They cannot be allowed to hurt our pups.
Vither places his paw on Varrock's shoulder, but the male brushes it off.
I'll slit that bitch's throat before she lays a paw on Ranok. Or Cora. If she thinks our little investigation is meant to intimidate us, she has another thing coming.
It is Aldris, then. Everybody hates Aldris.
We owe it to our mates.
I think I've heard enough. I back out from the door and quickly glance around the room. I need to get out of here, especially after hearing this. Shit, what about the sage? If I were a sage, where would I be? Better yet, if I were a bunny stalking sage, where would I put it? Somewhere within arm's reach. Scan the middle shelves once again and locate the few containers I haven't checked. One by one, I narrow it down to the last two. And just like that, the last but not least holds the crushed leaves of what smell like Christmas. Sage. Right, time to exit. Stage left. Though in my case, the doors are on the right. As I rush through the corridor, I see Trace waving me in. Once inside the kitchen, he closes the doors behind me and gives me quite a suspecting look.
I have your broth and cream,
He mutters, nodding towards the table, and I quickly deposit the 2 files into my basket. I let him lead me out of the room, eager to get away from the prying eyes. Once outside, he glares at me impatiently, almost as if he thought I put him on the spot. What took you so long? Well, first I need to find the sage. Then I got kind of eavesdroppy. I admit uncomfortably, not seeing a point of lying to him. My frankness takes him by surprise, and he blinks, embracing me slightly and leveling with my line of sight.
What? Why? What did you overhear?
Nothing important, really. Just a private conversation between the chief and Vither. They seem so sad.
Yeah, well, they've been sulking ever since I got here. But lately, it got increasingly worse. It's about their wives, isn't it?
It's not even a question. He states it as if it were obvious for all to see. Wolves don't have wives, I muttered, taken by his comment.
What? Of course they do. I mean, most don't.
He shrugs.
It's kind of complicated with them. Normally, wolves don't get attached to their mates. However, when they do, they call it a soul bond.
They call it the twin flames.
From what I understood, both the chief and Vither had that special connection with their mates.
Ranok and Korra's mothers? I conclude.
Yeah. No wonder they're so keen out on the idea of their kids becoming a thing. It's probably romantically poetic to them in some twisted way.
He tries to laugh it off, and my heart sinks at the realization of the harsh truth. Well, isn't it? Kinda. I mumble uncomfortably. If only he knew it was all just a ruse. They would have been completely broken.
I guess.
Triss concedes indifferently, but I cannot help but to linger on the matter. I can't imagine there's a disappointment when it all fall apart.
No way.
He waves at me dismissively.
Ranok and Korra are very keen on each other. They're practically like conjoined twins.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, yeah. You're right. I laugh, trying to conceal that I knew than I perhaps should. I was just thinking about what ifs. You know, if life throws you a curveball and then...
Those two are solid as a rock.
Thankfully, he doesn't pick up on it and dismisses my comments as paranoia. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just projecting my pessimism. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the cottage. I point at the basket. I have some experimental cooking to attempt.
More like attempted murder.
Oh boy, at least it's not Shuichi cooking. Triss laughs mockingly and I scowl.
Again. Ugh. What did apples ever do to you?
Fuck you, Triss.
I'd fuck me alright.
Fuck yourself. He smiles widely, his choppers on full, prideful display. He's actually quite good looking without his stink eye. Says the chat.
Afraid can't say the same about you, buddy.
Ugh! My heart! Too bad he doesn't have a personality to match his exterior. I shake my head teasingly and take in a deep sigh, before I'm reminded of the message from Vol. Oh, one last thing. Volgor needs to see you at sundown.
Volgor?
He jumps out in a panic and looks around.
Well, why? What did I do?
Relax, you've done nothing. I chuckle encouragingly. He just needs a favor. Go to his cottage, but do so directly, so no one else notices.
Is this one of your stupid ideas?
He mutters accusingly, but I shake my head. No. He just needs you to get a message to his grandmother. There's trouble brewing with those two old cunts. He wants to be prepared, case they make a move.
Ah, that's different. I can help you fuck over those two in any fashion. I'll gladly do it.
Trist laughs merrily, patting my side. Oh, I like you now, Trist.
Does he know we...
He pauses, darting his finger between himself and me. No. I kept my word. He still thinks we're on pantomime level.
Good.
The bunny nods in content.
Keep it that way. In case things go south, I'd rather not have a direct connection to you.
Sure. I get it. Again, I look towards my filled basket and think we've been out in the open for long enough. Anyway, take care, Trist. I've got dinner to make. I nod to him and head towards the path.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
He calls out through a subdued laughter.
Looking forward to your execution tomorrow for the crimes against wolfkind and culinary arts.
Oh, God. When Shuichi cooks. No, wait. Go back. When Shuichi cooks. I walk off, flipping him the bird as I do so. Not that I expect him to get the gesture. Despite my perilous situation, I find myself to be in a position where both overlooked and underestimated. I can prove quite useful. As much as I hate to admit it, I would make quite a good spy. Especially when surrounded by racists with a superiority complex. You should come to America, Caleb. If only I could utilize this skill against those old fools. But there's no rush. As Nell said herself, As Nell said herself, a true wolf lies in wait for the right moment to strike. And so I wait patiently. Something will come up. I'm certain of it. Till then, I just need to survive. I find it quite unsettling that those two cunts had a hand in both Ranok's and Korra's mother's disappearance. From what I understood, Korra's mom died. Because of them? Somehow? Well, Ranok's mom left, apparently hoping for Varrock to follow her, but he chose to stay instead. Was she banished? If so, for what possible reason? Surely not because she hanged around for a while when Ranok was little. Oh, that's not a crime, is it? This is all so convoluted, but it gives me more and more reason to hate those abusive pieces of shit. They've been fucking up everyone's life here for generations, it would seem. Nope, not now. Get away from me, cosmic fart. I'm angry enough as it is. I rub my bruises, suddenly met with a realization. If Ranok's returning tonight, then this will send him into a frenzy. Fuck. I'll have to come up with some lame-ass excuse to cover up for those geezers. We have to play it down and play it cool. If we're to get those cunts. And Ranok isn't exactly known for his subtlety. Guys, Shuichi is here. Your cooking is so great, Shuichi. Oh, Mimu. Oh, don't encourage him. As I enter the village, I walk directly towards the butchery. I pass the onlookers, who still relive the spectacle from the morning, staring at me with utter disbelief. Once at the counter, I poke at it, drawing Vol's attention. This we spared. Ranok cannot know. This we sparred. Ranok cannot know. He looks at me with confusion but quickly nods, hopefully understanding my meaning. Tris will come around sundown. Again, Vold nods and I rush off, acutely aware of everyone's locking their curious gazes at us. As I walk the last stretch of the road leading to the cottage, I notice the white wolf standing on the side of the pathway. Begone, Tano! Fuck. How does it feel to get suplexed? Oh, I can't wait to release that video. You'll see what I mean. He's the last person I need to interact with right now. For a moment, I consider finding a detour, but it's too late. He approaches me calmly and grabs the handle of my heavy basket.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
I try to protest, but he persists, tugging at the handle. Considering that further resistance would only cause another scene, I simply let go and allow him to take it from me.
Fancy seeing you here. And by that I mean you look quite fancy in that silk dress.
He winks at me mockingly, barely containing a snicker.
Ranok treats you well. Instead of an attendant, you almost look like a bride.
I choke on that remark and throw him a shocked stare, causing the wolf to laugh.
Come now. Ruffling your fur is not even a challenge. Was only teasing.
Oh, God. I keep my head straight, looking into the distance as if I couldn't even hear him.
I've heard you had quite an eventful day. You're the talk of the town.
He bumps into my shoulder.
The only people who ever reached this level of notoriety around here never got to enjoy it for long. Their heads get too big for their own good and roll off their shoulders.
Is that meant to be a threat? I'm so scared. Ah.
Still silent, I see. I guess hypothetically Ranok's choice in words was always a little bit peculiar.
In spite of his penetrating stare, I feel more anxious than I should, as if another set of eyes kept drilling into me. I look back and I see the same hooded figure in the distance. I recognize him. That wolf has been following my every move around the village for the past few days. Curses! My heart races and Tano's eyes center on me, clearly picking up on my distress. He wastes no time and locates the cause of my sudden anxiety.
That's handled. And you're right to be afraid. He's a bit of a creep, even by my standards.
The white wolf utters in an oddly comforting tone.
I'll advise you to stay away from him, and I mean that with complete sincerity.
I look to him with a slightly risen brow.
Yes, I know that they told you the same about me. But trust me, Andolt was always a little unhinged. And since our shaman passed away, he's been acting out more than usual. Also, he has it out for Verissa. So, if I were you, I'd keep my affiliation with her on down low and have my wits about me.
I narrow my eyes. Clear distrust painted across my face.
It's not a trap, kid. If I wanted you harmed, I'd already rat you out for speaking our language and faking your injury.
I am dead! I am dead! I am dead! Woo! We are so dead! Whew! Don't listen to him! Don't trust them! Don't trust this man! He is lying! I cannot hide my shock at his bluntness.
Don't act so surprised. Surely you knew I knew. You're not a good actor. Ugh, your mute performance grows weary.
I could see I pretty much exhausted his patience and decide to drop my act. Fuck you! After all, he pretty much called my bluff to my face, and aggravating him further only worsens my situation. What do you want? Tano feigns an exaggerated gasp. Fuck! He was playing our cards! He was... I knew it! They should have given us a choice and not say anything.
It speaks. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Fuck you! Ah, God, you getting us good again. He chuckles it off. Stop fucking around, you can get me killed.
Relax. If I wanted you killed, suppose I wanted you killed. You'd be dead already. I want you to stay safe. Our people really don't need another distraction right now.
Well, it's too late for that. My safety depended on staying away from you. Look how that worked out.
Your secret is safe with me. Not on your account, but the tribe's.
I pull away from him slightly, not buying into his pretty words. He fooled me once already. He notices my distrust and sighs.
My goals simply differ from Ranok's. That does not make me evil. Therefore, you cannot argue with me.
Maybe, but that does make you an enemy. The White Wolf gazes at me with slight surprise.
That's a bit rash, don't you think?
I raise my brow.
There's a saying. Choose your allies wisely, and your enemies more careful still. Believe me when I say this. You don't want me as your enemy.
Well, you're no ally either.
Which makes me impartial. And that can be a whole deal more effective in solving your current predicament.
Oh God, I love Emerald's comment. Tano is cute and all, but honey, I won't hesitate to punch you in the face. True. Facts. Facts and logic. He stays plainly, but my defiant expression causes him to sigh.
A fresh perspective, devoid of any emotional biases, might prove quite handy.
What makes you think you're emotionally invested in me?
Huh. Who's trying to be deceitful now?
Fuck you! Have another kin illegally smuggled into your village. Why would you care about me?
I don't.
You tried to dance with me, you fucking liar. He shrugged indifferently.
True, it is worrisome that you speak our language. Just as curious is your timely appearance here in the first place. But I'm willing to believe you and your amnesia story.
Oh, and why is that?
Again, you're not a good liar.
The White Wolf sighs, splaying his arms in defeat.
And as much as I hate to admit it, Ranok is a good judge of character. If he says you're harmless, I'm willing to trust his instincts. Besides, we have bigger problems to deal with. And I really wouldn't like the Howl or the Elders wasting what precious little time we have left on this. Distraction.
He brushes his paw dismissively in my direction.
So, I would like us to come to an understanding. You will lay low. Much, much lower than you did so far. And in turn, I will make sure that the more perceptive eyes of our tribe are fixed elsewhere.
He's gonna fuck all the tribesmen. He's gonna pull out a pharaoh and just start banging Ranok. Oh, man. And I'm supposed to trust you?
As I said, I already have you in my paws. There is no trap here to be sprung. Do you have a habit of rolling in grass?
He asked casually, throwing me off.
The fuck?
What?
There seemed to be another weed stuck in your pin.
No.
I thought I got rid of the last one.
I stop him in my tracks, looking at him wide-eyed as he tries to get reached for my dandelion. No! I swat his paw away at the last moment. It was you? Yes! I knew it! He was looking at us when Ranok and I were doing the thing. Oh, he knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. Oh, God, my panic. I nearly exclaimed, to which he smiles with a sadistic satisfaction. Oh, I want Macon to come back. Macon, where you at? Anyway.
Temper, temper. Someone might take notice.
He looks around, causing me to do the same. Although no one's around to pay us any mind, I need to keep my cool. I take a deep breath, locking my hurtful gaze, or my hateful gaze, in the distance. I cannot look at this fucker right now.
Did it upset him? I bet it did.
He utters in a sad tone, but a smirk betrays he's faking it. I want to wipe off his smug muscle. If you weren't in the open, I would.
Come now. Don't make threats you know you can follow through.
He laughs at me, or he laughs me off, and I throw him an angered stare. Don't test me. The white wolf only nods towards the chiseled torso. Or, the white wolf only nods towards his chiseled torso. Even if he's the smallest of the wolves, I would have no chance with him. I sigh in annoyance, trying to yank the basket free, but his hold remains firm.
Now, be a good servant. Go in there and make our future chief happy. Don't worry, everything will be fine, as long as you follow our lead.
Our lead?
Mine and theirs. Whatever crazy scheme Barris and the gang cooked up to be rid of you, make sure it works. I will hold my peace. But if you fuck up again as you did with me, I will not hesitate to sell you out just as to mitigate the damage.
Oh my god, I hate it so much. Tano or Ranok, who do we trust? Fuck. I can't trust Tano because he's fucking mean, he says in a cold tone, and I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I'm just glad to see that we're almost at the cottage.
Oh, and one last thing. I'd suggest you keep our little exchange and his conclusion just between us. Ranok and I are not exactly on speaking terms. He might take it the wrong way and overreact as he usually does. That would not be helpful to either of us. I hope my little demonstration at the feast proved what I mean.
I hardly contain my anger at his smugness. You almost blew our cover!
Yeah, almost. Lucky I did so when everyone was at their most distracted and the chief was away.
Fuck, he's smart. He's too dangerous to be kept alive! And evil! Like I said!
Believe me, I had you where I wanted you, and no harm came your way.
He winks at me coyly, but I remain unconvinced, look at him with suspicion. My resolve strengthens by the fact that we're finally arrived home.
You're smarter than you give yourself credit. You should know by now that I'm not a threat. Well, not actively, at least. You know what to do.
And by now I have had enough of his bluster and veiled threats. I give him the meanest stink eye I can possibly muster and rush up the stairs of the porch. Fuck you! I enter the kitchen and slam the doors behind me, slumping against them. What a prick!
I heard that.
He's so full of himself that all I could think of is wiping that self-satisfied smirk from his smug muzzle. But he's right, I mumble, plopping the basket onto the floor. Ranok tends to overreact, and as much as I don't feel like having secrets, I don't think telling him I spoke with Tana would be a good idea. Not only it could lead to another scene, and I had my fill for the week, it could potentially derail our reunion. As selfish as it sounds, I really need to have some closure with him. And it would be exceedingly hard to talk about our feelings when he's fuming over that white wolf. Fuck. Why does everything have to be so complicated? Why does everything gotta be so complicated? I forgot what that song was, or who sang that. But you know the one I'm talking about. Why you gotta go around and make things so complicated? I look around the cottage with resignation, remembering how desperate I was to get out from those four walls. Now all I can think of is barricading myself in here and never coming out. Just like me in real life. I begin slowly unpacking all of my bounty, arranging it neatly onto the table. Once I put away the basket, I work on the fire, getting it nice and hot. I look towards the window, trying to gauge the time of day. My windows are closed. Sometime past noon, I suppose. From what Verissa said, this probably wouldn't take longer than an hour to prepare, so it might be too early for that. I guess Ranok wouldn't be back until 6 o'clock or so. I have time to kill. Between the idle of browsing the Avis's guide, I set up the dried apple slices to soak and brew myself some mint and hot water. Oh god, I really want to have one of my energy drinks right now, but it's 11 at night, and that would be so dumb of me. My favorite flavor of it is mint, and it slaps so hard. There's no tea, nor coffee to indulge in, so herbs are the only alternative to water that isn't boozy. The mint helps me calm down a bit, as despite appearances, a counter with the elders did rattle me a little. Not to mention Vol's poor ass handling of his own emotions. It was curious to see him project his fear into anger. Curious, but also subscriber. Oh, thank you to Elder Rodolph for subscribing. Welcome to the Dork Squad. I think that's what we're called now. I don't know. You're one of the fellow dorks now. Anyway, curious, but also unsettling. I don't think I could have imagined the male being scared of anything. I guess scared is a wrong word. He was worried for his friends and himself. Still, as dismissive as I am to those old farts, they have more pull around here than I'd like to admit. Hopefully this little scuffle will slide by the sideway, but something tells me that's not going to happen. I could use some company to distract myself from worries, but as Verissa said, everyone's preparing to welcome the missing pack. I wish I could help, but I suppose it's better I stay out of sight for a while. The only consolation is the fact that I'll attend tonight's feast. Tano, I don't want you being around in public for a while. Walks into the feast. Why, hello! That's definitely something I look forward to. As the blue sky outside slowly fades into hues of vibrant pinks and purples, I begin to set up my cooking station.
Cooking station manned!
I place a metal grate on top of the frame holding the wood, creating an improvised stove. Following Varissa's instructions, I grab a skillet and melt a dollop of butter. Draining the apple slices, I drop them into the pan and fry them until they're golden brown. Kael, this is a real recipe that you do. I swear to God I need it. I will fight you for it. With hugs. Oh, did I read that line? I do not know. Draining the apple slices, I drop them into the pan and fry them until they're golden brown. The aroma is very reminiscent of an apple pie, and it instantly lifts up my mood, causing a wide smile on my face. Damn, this smells good. Once the apples are done and the butter slightly caramelized, I remove them onto a side plate. Gently, I take 4 succulent pork fillets and drop them into the pan. They sizzle immediately, releasing pink juices into the butter, and the smell intensifies, shifting slightly from an apple pie towards a sweet barbecue. Subscriber. Okay. This starts to make me hungry. Want some M&Ms? I make sure to sear the medallions evenly, including the edges, to trap as much of the juices inside as possible. No one likes dried meat. No, no, no. Especially my dad. Like, whenever he's cooking things like pork or chicken, it's like he's always the one that tries to do it slightly rarer than other people would for himself. And then he's like, fine, I'll actually cook it normally for everybody else. But yeah, he tries to get it as close to not being dry as possible, and I learned a lesson or two from him. Good method. No one likes dried meat. Okay. What was next? If I have to make a decision, I'm going to punch the screen. Add back the apples and pour in the broth. I follow the instructions and covering the fillets in stock, watching the satisfaction as it bubbles. Now a spoon of mustard and some sage. Ugh, disgusting mustard. Ugh. I would not do this with mustard because it's disgusting. I fish out it. No, not generous. Do not do a generous dollop. No, no, no. I fish out a generous dollop of the mustard. Again. Enjoying its potent scent. This could go very well with the sausages. I could devour a nice dog. I blink, laughing and shaking my hand. I blink, laughing and shaking my head. Don't say that in front of the wolves, you weirdo. Bunk! I opened the little container with sage, wondering how much would be enough. Oh yes, I have a bad experience with mustard. All the way back in 1st grade, we had this challenge at our school where basically there were like a bunch of kind of like different stations, kind of like not like an Ironman, but kind of like kind of an equivalent of like a decathlon, but for like elementary schoolers to try funny things out. And one of them was the wheel of gross stuff. And it's like you either had to have a kind of little cup of either mustard, ketchup, mayo. There are a bunch of other gross things like that. Other just horseradish maybe. All these gross condiments. And one was chocolate pudding. Like, you know, one had to be good just in case anybody landed on it. I, to my great fortune, landed on mustard. And that is why I hate it. I was a brave man and down the thing, but ugh. I could not have mustard again. Like, I could not stand it until I did HelloFresh and would only do it as, like, as like a sticky base for like chicken and whatnot. And that was the only time I'd ever do mustard. But ugh, disgusting. Oh shit. I opened the little container with sage, wondering how much would be enough. I guess this generous sprinkling would do the trick. I shrug, peppering the stew with a crushed up herb until that familiar scent of Christmas turkey stuffing fills the house. Oh, because people do turkey on Christmas. I forget about people not having Thanksgiving. Or Pilgrim Invasion Day, as I like to call it. But yeah. Now that the dish simmers, I sit back and relax, enjoying the darkening sky outside, accompanied by a smell of absolute culinary delight. This wasn't as hard as I imagined. My hand tips impatiently at the table as the minutes go by, and I'm increasingly aware of Ranok's imminent return. God, I'm so impatient. I have to stir the bubbling sauce, looking how lovely everything has incorporated. Oh wow, holy heck. Once I think it's just right, I finally add the cream. I bring a spoonful to my lips, take a curious sip. Damn. This is delicious. A perfect combination of savory and sweet. The apples and the mustard are balanced so well with the buttery flavor of cream. No wonder it's one of his favorites. I think it's mine as well now. As I revel in my culinary triumph, I hear heavy footsteps approach the doorway and my heart skips a beat. He's here. And I'm gonna take a break at 3 hours and 22 minutes. So this is where we're gonna take our break. 3:22:15. I'm truly evil, aren't I? Tano would be fun to play with, but if I were to do that, I'd enlist him and get it in Vol and Ranok just go full harem terribleness. Clear his throat. Not exactly a fulfilling fantasy, though. Oh boy, wouldn't that be crazy? I'm not much of a mayo person either. I'm not much of a condiment person in general. I prefer like sauces or things that are more of a liquid rather than like a cream. But I actually do like tomato sauce and things like that. Barbecue I have a little more leniency for. Yeah, different palates. Hammer am I right? It's just over a little there's just... You can't actually take a break now because there are quite literally almost over just a few lines left. I like being mean to my chat sometimes. Alright. I'll finish this and we'll get started. I wonder if pizza exists in this world. Alright, we're gonna start in 3:24, so 10 seconds. Wolford, don't ruin the fun. Alright, we're getting started. He's here. Oh boy. I got you something. I tried to hold in the tears, but my eyes are already glossed. Oh my god, I shouldn't. I didn't think I was gonna react the way I did. The doors crack open, and I see my wolf enter with an excited but slightly surprised expression.
Galen?
Ranok! I mutter through my trembling lips, still not believing he's really here. Safe. and unharmed. Oh no, we're gonna be in a cliffhanger. Help me. Safe and unharmed. But, unwilling to cause a scene, I muster all my strength and simply say the words I've been wanting to say for a long while. Welcome home. To be continued. God damn it. How is he gonna... What is he gonna think of our food? How are we gonna know that we did a good job? We'll have to find out in the next update. End of reading at 3:25:30. I know. Sad, isn't it? Illustrated and written by Kael Tiger. Kael Tiger has a Patreon, and itch.io. All of that is in the description. Make sure to check him out and check out his awesome work. That is our update. We have completed part 2 of Chapter 7. Oh, fuck. What did I just do? Okay, there are only 7 chapters. I was just double checking. Okay. There are 7 chapters, so that was the second part of Chapter 7. Anyway, the next update will be the third and last part of Chapter 7. Super Chat. Oh, goodness. Mogram, you're too kind. Mogram Wolfram donated $13.13. Not sure if that's an unlucky number or lucky number. Nonetheless, I appreciate it, and they say, this cliffhanger, to quote Dr. Lucy Worsley, it will powerfully excite and awaken your stupid mind. You got me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. That was a really good one, Mogram. Thank you for the donation, and I really appreciate it. Helps me get closer to achieving my creative passions with this channel, my VN, and everything, and just, yeah, providing you guys entertaining content. It's fun stuff. Anyway, we are at the end of our stream. And so, with that, I am going to do a little Patreon shoutouts. Let me turn this thing off the wall. There we go. Take that away. Bam! Look at this. These are the patrons. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Wow. And these people help support me with my creative endeavors, such as my visual novel Ocean Avenue, and just my general channel expenses, such as my headphones that I'm wearing, and I'm probably going to think about maybe upgrading sometime, maybe getting a mic stand, I don't know. But yeah, some of the Patreon stuff is really helpful in helping me realize that stuff. Oh, editing videos too. I should mention that's a big one. Having those abridged series videos. Patreon money really helps with that. And so, being a fellow dork or exclusive dork or even higher, there's only one more higher tier, but it's really high. But yeah, being a dork gives you some interesting and exclusive perks. Exclusive dorks, I shouldn't have said exclusive. God damn it! But basically, perks include exclusive NSFW readings that only are on my patrons list. There's also exclusive updates, or well, not exclusive, sorry. I keep saying exclusive, goddamn. But there's also early releases of my VN Ocean Avenue 7 days advance before the public release. So you get it 1 week before the public does. And just various exclusive patron posts and whereabouts and things like that that I do to help my channel grow, or just, you know, get some feedback from my patrons on where to take things. So I want to thank all these people here, and just before I read the comments section again, I want to thank all my dorks. So we're going to start out with the $3 and above tier, my fellow dorks. Thank you to North Grizz, also known as Vladhood. Check out his channel, he's awesome. Andrew Corona, Norbert Dudzik, Type A Roth, Mogram Wolfram. Once again, thank you for that donation earlier. The Dewey Nguyen, Ryan Atkins, Ryan Carlos, Neil, Crunchy Balls, Dagrin, Andrew Buenaventura, and Kiam Otter. Now we are gonna go to the exclusive dorks, my $10 and above tier. I want to give a very special thanks to my exclusive dorks, my $10 and above tier, Fire Knight 2008. So those are my patrons, and those are the people that help support my channel. You can always check out my Patreon, links in the description, and help support my channel and my various works, such as my visual novel. So now, time to read the questions. Apparently the next build for Chemia was finally posted on the Echo Project Patreon page, which means the public build shouldn't be too far behind. I'm shocked. I thought they would have gone with Interia. Guess I'll have to pull up the Chemia thumbnails again and that stuff. Oh boy. If so, if that is true, that sounds really fun. Dirk, do you think Ranok will see the food we made or the bruises on our arms? I feel like that's going to be what starts off the update, the bruises on our arms. I'm really nervous to see that. And I enjoyed my first stream. Thank you, Dirk. Oh, thanks, Mimu. I didn't know this was your first stream with me. That's so awesome. Glad to see you here. And any other questions? Thank you for the stream, Dirk. You're welcome, Fire Knight. Exclusive dork. I suspect the bruises as well. I would agree. Is there a streaming schedule? Good question, Muffin Man. Not really, but I should get one in. I think I might have to adjust it. At least, I'm probably going to do this. I'm probably going to stream on Saturday nights, Sunday nights, if possible, and maybe Monday nights. So I might do Saturday, Sunday, Monday. More so Saturday. And the reason why I'm pushing it later in the weekend now is because I finally found some local volleyball open gyms that take place on those nights, and so I might do those. And if I don't attend those, or if something happens, or it ends early, or I decide to do a late night stream, I might tune in on, like, Thursday or Friday night, but I'm trying to push things towards Saturday, Sunday, Monday now. Mostly Saturday night. And if applicable, Sunday, Monday. So if you're all cool with that, I could do that, but I might want suggestions from y'all to see if I should, like, just keep the schedule as is. Just because it seems like a lot of people do love the Thursday, Friday night kind of vibe. Even Saturday's pretty decent, but still. Tough time to stream when you're like, you want to play volleyball, but you also got to stream at whatever time. But yeah. If I do it on Thursday and Friday nights and I go to the open gyms, and I don't hang out with friends afterwards, then I probably would start a stream at like 9:30, 10 o'clock maybe. This is my first live stream as well. I've been waiting to sub live. Oh, that's so sweet, Evil Brains. That sounds so bad. Oh, the bruises you're talking about? There's my schedule. The next VN is July 20th. I'm assuming the next update. So, if you have volleyball, that comes first. Oh, thanks, Vlad. I don't want to put too much of my personal interest in front, and I still might do Thursday. The Thursday one's further away from where I live, but the Friday one is... I mean, it'll all depend on if I get friends to come or whatever happens. Shuichi would approve of the volleyball focus. Speaking of which, Ocean Avenue update. I am probably going to get it out within the next few weeks. My goal is to kind of get it out before I go on vacation. I'm leaving like at the beginning of July, like 1st or 2nd. But that would only be like an update, like a 3.1 update. And I'm not sure if I'm going to include the content after the cliffhanger at the end of it. I may just be adding the CGs and new music in for those. So, you know, I have to kind of figure that out, my give or take for my final game plan on that, because I am kind of on a streak with writing. Not today particularly, but yesterday. But yeah, hoping to get the writing stuff done. But yeah, once again, I got another long bit that I'm writing for this full version release, I guess I'll call it. Like, I'll be finishing day 4 in the release of version 4, or update 4, whatever you want to call it, 4.0. 3.1 is just gonna still be maybe some more writing. I'm not sure if I want to add a little by little. Not sure, because I don't think it'd be any good place really to cliffhang it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'll figure that out. And yeah, let you know with that. And somebody earlier told me Tennis Ace just got an update, so I might have to check that one out next. If not, I might check out Minotaur Hotel again sometime this weekend. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got for tonight. So, yep. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, take care, guys.